I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know contest. Yahuwah, he do the bed. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to Thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing all the big man daughters. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, would not hesitate to get retarded. Oh Lord, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he falls. He's running to the hills like a Philistine. G-Hawk hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ 7000 to debate me. I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wait me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake. I touch make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? Why you lying? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course it's it. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the raw, shack and wheel it. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as a realist, yeah. Black suicide. Let me get the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Yeah. Man, they know contest. Yeah. Yahuwah, yeah. Wow, what's that? Why didn't they take it over? Number one, vaguely, you heard when it's up, it's stuck. I'm selling on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
All right. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shabbat. Kwam Yashara. Welcome to the Lions Den, man. This is what it is, man. We got a heavyweight. We got all the heavyweights in the building, man. Turn it down, man. Then we got all the heavyweights in the building, man. We got Kyng, Seth, you know what I'm saying, carrying on the traditions, one of the, you know, an intercontinental middleweight champion, you know what I'm saying? Then we got Yahudym in the building. As y'all can see when that video came out, he was the first winner of the Lions Den tournament. He took it over to the Source. We split. We still family, man. We still family with the Source, man. Don't y'all ever forget it, man. And we gonna bring the information back to the community, man. Because all this Wendy Williams hype gossip, I stole a pack of cigarettes in '82. All that gotta stop, man. That shit gotta stop, man. So what we gonna do, man? This is what we do. We bringing the information back to the community, man. So we gonna go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves. Then we finna get to this matchup with the champion, Aharon. Yeah, hey, Aharon is the champion over here at the Den. We got a middleweight champion over there with the Source. We got the heavyweight champion of the Source in the building. So, man, hey, I'm excited, man. So let's get the panel going, man. Get this debate going. Aki. All right. So go ahead and Karima, introduce yourself, and then we'll let the panel, the judges introduce themselves, and then the debaters. Go ahead, Sister Karima.
How you doing tonight? I'm Karima. I'll be your timekeeper. I'm here for a good debate. I'm trying to get. I get.
Somebody fell off.
Yeah, a couple of people.
Okay, and also the Neo song was speeding up. Now that was Neo Love the Matrix, by the way. Lines, righteous lines in the building. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, we got James Cassell in the building. He peeking around, lurking. Welcome home, brother. Welcome home. How you been, Aki? All right, man. This is what I like, man. Shit, get all that Discord, man. We got some intelligent brothers on the panel, man, and we finna get this in, man. All right. It's about to go down, but Eric fell off with one of the judges. So go ahead, Sister Krim, you done with your introduction?
He in the background somewhere.
Okay, so go ahead, Scholastic Bully, introduce yourself, brother. Get the camera on Scholastic Bully.
Hey, shalom, man. Source Gang, 7 Gang over everything. You know how we rocking, man. I'm here to represent the source. I got my brother Kyng Seth, man. He gonna show you what he do, man. He came to lay the smack down on somebody candy ass, and I'm here to represent. You know what I'm saying? 7 Gang, 7 candlesticks up. It ain't a debate. It's a stick up gang.
Oh, wow. The judges is talking shit. All right. So let's get to the next judge up in this month. Hey, we got Detroit Red in here. Go ahead. That's for the security of the Lions Den, Terry Whitfield. Go ahead, Aki.
What it do, what it goddamn do. Hey, I just want to see these boys get it in. Hey, all I want, the side that I'm taking is the side that is more truthful, all right? The side that deals mostly with the reality and the truth of our struggle, because this is what this whole thing is about, my man, all right? And I've been beating up on both of these niggas this week, all week. So I ain't got a dog in the fight. I just wanted to, hey, let the dogs fight.
Right. He said he ain't got a dog in the fight. Terry goes in on everybody, including me. One time he trolled me for about 2 weeks straight, man. I said, God damn, I got to get my troll game together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got to step my troll game up, you know. But anyway, we finna get to the next judge. Mr. Eric, mad scientist, true knowledge, and then we'll introduce James Cassell. Go ahead, Eric. Unmute your mic, brother. All right.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like I was telling people, I just whatever I believe, I erase all that. I just go by the facts and I debunking to the source. So I'm learning, like I'm just looking at like I'm a student learning from both of y'all. So I'm not going by off no bias, none of that stuff. I'm just going by the information that you give me.
All right. That's why I always use Eric, man. He throw everything out the window and he tries to be 100% fair. All right, now we got one of the top debaters in the debate circuit back in the Lions Den. Brother James Cassell, go ahead and brother introduce yourself. All right.
Shalom, family. I just want to say what's up to everyone. You know, shouting out the Source Debate League. You know what it is, man. And I'm just happy to be here to support what's going on over here in the Lions Den and support my brother Kyng Seth. You know what I'm saying? Us H-Town boys got to stick together already.
All right. There you go. Love and support from both sides. You know what I'm saying? But all this come from one tree. You know what I'm saying? All this started over here, man. I'm glad you brothers.
Oh yeah.
You know, hey, I'm glad you brothers. You know, split off and did your thing. You know what I'm saying? And now we done grew up. We can actually come back together and work and build. You see what I'm saying? For all that Wendy Williams stuff that they got going on over there at Sunday, I've been telling you, that shit gotta go, man. Let's get to this information. Now we finna get ready to go ahead and introduce the debaters, man. This guy Kyng Seth, man, when I first met him, man, you know, Black Jesus, man, Kyng Seth and James Cassell was jumping. No, it was Daniel Haru, jumping Black Jesus Minister. And Black Jesus Minister called me. He said, Seth and Haru jumping me. He said, Seth and Haru jumping me. Judah, I said, I had to come help him. So this is how I met King Seth. We've been battling ever since, man. But he a good brother, you know what I'm saying? Because he's race over everything. You hear me? His people. He don't care what you believe in. So go ahead, King Seth. Introduce yourself, Aki.
Man, y'all know what the business is with me, man. The Gold Coast Gorilla in the building. You know what I'm saying? This another show for y'all to watch me eat again. I'm sorry for, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry for I can't. I ain't cutting my hair. I gotta do the little brush thing with my hair. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my face on today.
Pretty.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, go ahead.
I'm saying I ain't got my face on. But anyway, man, shout out to them Gold Coast Gorilla, man. 7 candlesticks. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn me, tanks on the ground. Man, them heretics, man. What's up with my heretics, man? I know y'all remember them, man. We need to get the squad back up and see what it do. Y'all don't forget about this tournament. Don't forget about this tournament that we got, man, at the source. Y'all boys can come over there and try to get my belt, and y'all come over there and try to get your shoe belt. Plus, it's a $500 pot. You know what I'm saying, for the tournament. I don't think y'all got what it take. Y'all finna see what I'm finna do to this. So this finna be a demonstration of what we do at the source. You understand what I'm saying? This finna be a demonstration of the damage and the type of scholarship that we finna represent in this tournament. You dig? So, man, let's get this started, man. I'm tired of talking.
Woo! Boy, it's finna go down in the den, boy. Hey, champ. Go ahead, man. This is the Lions here. Champ is finna get ready to do some stuff. You know, finna come up in here. Yahudym, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Yahudym. I always mess it up. How you say that last part, man? You know what I'm saying? Yahudym. I finally got it right, man.
Hey, am I froze up, G? Am I froze up?
Yeah, you froze, man. You froze.
But you can hear me, though?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Well, let me do it like that, then. All right, man. So, first and foremost.
You good now. Show your face, fam.
I froze. My picture froze.
All right, go ahead. My friend.
All right. Well, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Shalom to the family. It's a lot of our Shabbat, so I'm going to come in this thing gracefully with shalom. You know what I'm saying? All that rah-rah that we talking about, I feel that, man, that junk got to die. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this extra side noise comes from vanity and from niggas trying to be in the spotlight, man. So with this debate, I'm going to enter it into more of doing something for our people, giving back to them. You know what I'm saying? This is a topic that this boy going to understand quite soon that he done messed up taking because, you know, there's opinion and there's fact. And right now there's a lot of fact and there's a lot of factual things taking place. There's a lot of tangibility taking place in our lives. So the boy that messed up with this topic, regardless of his preconceived notions coming into this thing, family, I do hope that your mindset changes at the end of this, as well as everybody else's. So we're going to talk about this 400-year prophecy. I forget what the topic was. He asked for the topic to be something about the relevancy of the 400 years. So that's what I'm going to attack today. And we're going to explain why this world is upside down, why it's topsy-turvy. We're going to examine what's going on. And since nobody has answers in this conscious walk, nobody has answers as to what's going on and what the outcome is, we're going to provide answers today and get some clarity and win the damn debate at the same time. So all praises to y'all alone. Y'all know how we rocking. Y'all only in the building. Shout out to my peoples, man. That's on the same page, man. Let's get it in.
Boy, it's finna go down, boy. I love this. This is what we built for over here at the den and the source. You see what I'm saying? We built for these type of stuff. So everybody that's out there watching, y'all want to see some scholarly information go down, tune in right now. Share this to people who want to learn. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. All right, we got another brother that just joined the panel. Go ahead and say your name real quick. And
yeah, I called him to be a judge at first.
Okay, well, how many judges we got? So 1, 2. Okay, we might well let James be. Have that be 5 judges? Yeah, that'd be 5. James, you might well go ahead and be a judge too. Then, okay, you got time? We'll do a 5-judge thing.
I can do it.
Bet.
Eric, you got to give it permission. You have to give your mic and your camera permission to lock that's on the top of your screen.
All right, Soul or New, welcome to the Lions, brother.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Peace, family. I'm gonna try to get my mic and stuff working together, man. I'm just gonna have my ear open up, and thanks for the invite.
Okay, and can you tell us what kind of spiritual perspective you come from? Are you an atheist, or where you at? I mean,
oh man, well, I'm in the name of the Lord, man.
Okay, so you believe
where
in the
two or
Bible?
three are gathered in His name, there should He be, and blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be called the sons of God. So I come in the name of the Aramaic word that He used, which is Muslim.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome to the den, Soul Anew. All right,
This is our old debater. He used to debate with us.
Okay, we had to talk about that later then, because I don't really remember the brother. All right, who going first, man? Let's get this going, man. We can do the
man. You know the guests going first in this thing, boy. We hospitable around here.
Right. All right, King Seth. Well, Sister Karima tell you, you know, you got 15 minutes. So when Sister Karima, let you know, go ahead and get it in. All
right. Let me know what I'm saying, because I'm finishing my screen right now.
All right, King.
He got how many minutes? 15?
Oh, well, no, they was doing 10s. My fault, y'all. 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My screen share. Can I be seen?
No. Yeah.
Let me know y'all see me.
You good, family? We see it.
Okay, bet. Is the 400-year prophecy true?
Okay, so hold on, King.
Okay.
All right, so your time starts now.
All right. Is the 400-year prophecy true and relevant today? Servitude to another nation for 400 years. Genesis 15:13. Now this is what we finna check out, and we finna dig deep. I got some friends that's gonna come through on my presentation. Y'all gonna see them. Couple of slides. That's one of my friends right there. He looking it up for me right there. So let's dig a little further and see what this is. The prophecy. This is the origin of this prophecy and how long it is to last. Let's review. A stranger in the land that is not yours. 1619 to 2019. 400 years. And he shall unto Abram know of surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Genesis 15:13, King James Version. Okay, now we done got the gist of what this is. Let's do some vocabulary. Definition of prophecy and prophecy. Let's work. Prophecy definition: to utter by or as if by divine inspiration, to predict or assurance or on the basic of mystic knowledge, to speak as if divinely inspired. Let's go see what prophecy means. Next slide. The next one over here. Definition of prophecy: an inspired utterance of a prophet, the function or a vocation of a prophet, specifically the inspired declaration of divine will and purpose, a prediction of something to come. Okay, let's keep going. We got to keep on going with this here vocabulary. Now, this is from the Hebrew lexicon, Blue Letter Bible. This is the biblical definition of servitude. Let's look over here. Here's the Hebrew: abide, verb, primitive root. You can see it. Let's go to the next slide. See what it say. A primitive root: to work, by implication to serve till, casualtively enslave, be kept in bondage, in bondman, bond service, compel, do, dress, ear, execute, husbandman, keep, laboring, man, bring to pass, servant. So this is saying slavery, servitude. Let's go to the next one. All right. Let me blow it up a little bit. Now this right here is the biblical definition of afflict. Afflict, the primitive root to rather indent with or through the idea of looking down or browbeating. Okay, let's look at some of these definitions. This is the Hebrew child, the lexicon right here. You see, to be afflicted, depressed, oppressed. That will be depressed by their multitude. He will not lose his courage. Isaiah 25:5, the song of tyrant shall. Let's go to the highlighted point. To be afflicted, Psalms 19:09, and he was afflicted. reflect to submit oneself to anyone, followed by Exodus 10:3, where for it was, I guess that's the word there, that's the word right there. There is power to oppress, to depress, afflict. Genesis 16. Here we go right here. 15:13. Oh, so this is talking about that. All right, so let's get out of that. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Now hold on. Oh, no, I didn't want you to go there. All right. Now let's start digging. Let's dig deep. First documented enslaved Africans in the USA. Let's investigate further, shall we? On August 20th, 1619, 20 some odd Angolans kidnapped by Portuguese arrived on the British colony of Virginia and are then brought by English colonists. The arrival of the enslaved Africans in the New World marks the beginning of 2.5 centuries of slavery in North America. Founded in Jamestown in 1607, the Virginia colony was home to 700 people by 1619. All right. Now, see, this the plaque right here on the side. That's the plaque. You can see that. Let's go to the next slide. All right. This is a Washington Post article right here. Let's see what it says. It says before 1619, that was 1526. 1526. So from 1619, 1526, let's keep going. The mystery of the first enslaved Africans is what became the United States. The country is marking the 400th anniversary of the arrival of the first enslaved Africans in the enslaved colony of Jamestown. Okay, since we doing time, since I got time, I want to go down to the bottom. I want to get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. The bottom dot. By the early 1520s, nearly all the indigenous people in the Spanish colony of Hispaniola were dead. Enslaved Africans were brought in to replace them in the backbreaking search for gold that was getting harder to find. So come on, let's keep going just for time's sake. All right, now this is still a continuation of that same article. What I did was I went further down in the article and just screenshotted it so I can put it on here just to get to the meat and potatoes. We want to cut all the fat, and let's get to what we need to get to for these 10 minutes. Permission granted, Elion and Francisco sailed for Hispaniola, where they gathered people and supplies for their settlement. A few months later, likely in early June of 1526, they had 500 colonists, 100 enslaved Africans, plus livestock, plants, and provisions packed onto 3 ships. They arrived on August 9th and immediately ran into big problem. When one of the ships sank, they managed to rescue all the passengers but lost most of their food. As soon as they were on land, Francisco disappeared into the trees, leaving the colonists no way to communicate with their neighbors. The colonists settled further south, between South Carolina, PD River, and Georgia, Sapele Island, named it San Miguel de Guadalupe, and ordered the enslaved Africans to clear the land by start building homes and a church. Okay, so when we read the prophecy, it said from 1619 to it says 1619 to 2019. That's a problem right there, because they saying that enslaved Africans been in America since 1526. So okay, hold on. Let's keep reading. Let's see what Columbus did. Christopher Columbus likely transported the first Africans to Americas in the late 1490s on his expeditions to the Isle of Hispaniola. Now, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, their exact status, whether free or enslaved, remained disputed. But the timeline fits with what we know of the origins of the slave trade. European trade of enslaved Africans began in the 1400s. The first example of we have Africans being taken against their will and put on board European ships would take the story back to 1441. Says Gasco, when the Portuguese captured 12 Africans in Cabo Branco. Modern wide screenshot there. Let's get over here to the next one. According to Linda Haywood, professors of Boston University, the co-authors in Central Africans, Atlantic Creoles, and the foundation of the Americas, 1585 and 1660, they were significant numbers who were brought in the early 1526, said Haywood. That year, some of those enslaved Africans became part of the Spanish expedition to establish an outpost in what is now South Carolina.
2 minutes remaining.
They rebelled, preventing the Spanish from founding the colony. The uprising didn't stop the inflow of enslaved Africans in Spanish Florida. We don't know how many followed, but there was certainly a slave population. So come on, this 1526. The European slave trade started in the 1400s. So okay, let's keep going. Oh, that one of my this Ant Dog right there. Appreciate that, Ant Dog. What are you pointing at? Chronology? Yeah, let's talk about chronology. Let's see what this chronology is. European slave trade of Africans began much earlier than 1619. A timeline of actions leading up to Jamestown, Virginia, to 1619. 1400s European slave trade begins. 1441 Africans enslaved in Portugal. 1490s Columbus brings Africans to Hispaniola. 1526 enslaved Africans in South Carolina. 1619 Jamestown and Virginia. Now see, we can do some math. We can do some math when the European slave trade started 1400s to 1619. That's 219 years. Appreciate that, Ant Dog, man. Talking about that good chronology. Okay, this right here, it shows the first. This is a paper stating about one of the kings of Spain let's just read it. The first African Americans came to Florida in the late 1500s. The Europeans brought them here from Africa. Most were enslaved in the British colonies, but there were some free Africans who settled in St. Augustine. In 1693, the King of Spain wanted to weaken England's rule in the New World. He decreed that slaves who ran away from the British colonies would be free if they converted to Catholicism, declared loyalty to Spain. As this information spread throughout the colonies, most slaves escaped to freedom. So this is one of the places that they escaped to in freedom. This is 1760. This is 1760. All right, so now we got the Emancipation Proclamation. Chattel slavery and involuntary servitude ended in America. The abolishment of slavery. Let's read it. You see, that's one of my little sisters right there. That's little Key. That's little Keisha right there. I call her little Kiki. You know, because hey, you see how she looking at you, dude. Like, you don't know about this? Where are you staying? If we're supposed to be in servitude to 2019, this is what you're saying? We in slavery. We've been in slavery 2019. Nah, brother. And as you're gonna see, we still gonna keep going. But let's read some of this right here, since you seem to forget it. Whereas on the 22nd day of September in the year of our Lord, on 1862, a proclamation was issued by President of the United States. Oh, okay.
All right, time. Well, that 10 minutes go fast, don't it, man? I told y'all.
Man, say.
I told y'all. All right, so that was King Seth. That was King Seth first round. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody taking good notes. You know, now we got, the bottom of the first. We got the champ. The champ, Aaron, finna get ready to get it in. So you just let us know whenever you got to share your screen, whatever, and then we get your time started.
All right, well, hold on, man. Let me see if my junk still froze.
Okay.
It is, but all right. Let me see if I can at least share my screen. And y'all just let me know what you see, or if you do see it. Can y'all see?
Yeah, we see your screen, brother. Can't hear you.
All right, you can see it good. Yeah. You can see it good, and you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you now. All right. So let Karima know when you. She'll let you know when to start.
Yeah, just let me know when to take off, sis.
All right, so your time starts now.
I appreciate that. All right, now, if there are any technical difficulties, can y'all let me know something, please? So we're gonna get going with this presentation. We're gonna speak about the truth and the relevancy of the 400-year prophecy. So, like I said, I'm about to enter this as if everyone's a clean slate, and as if I was trying to present this in the most simplistic form to prove that what's going on right now revolves around what was spoken of in Torah in Genesis 15 specifically. So Genesis 15, 13 through 14 of the KJV. So I'm going to read this to lay the foundation. And he said unto Abram, he being Yah, And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. So, first and foremost, my boy didn't break down these scriptures. He didn't even show y'all them. He just pieced together what he thought was a rendition of what he thinks is going on. That's false and that's flawed. And if everybody was doing it, everyone would be ass backwards. We have to start with a foundation and get up to that ceiling, man. Everybody know that. So let's start with these words. He said of a surety. No of a surety that thy seed shall bring.
Hey, brother, stop. You're starting to speed up. I don't know what it is, but you unless it's me.
Hey, man, I'm going to log out and log back in, G. All right?
No. Just keep reading now. Go ahead. Let me see how you go.
All right. So it's saying that your seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. There's some key words here. Stranger being one. All right. In a land that is not theirs. 2, they shall serve them and they shall afflict them 400 years. Where a lot of people are going wrong is they believe that's 400 years of straight servitude. Don't see the
Don't use the pointer. Just talk. Don't use the pointer.
Okay, is that throwing it off?
Yeah, that's what it is. Good catch, Kareem.
Okay. All right, good catch, sis. All right, so and they shall afflict them 400 years. So most people just go with that servitude part. Like we didn't serve, we didn't get enslaved, and we were freed with the emancipation, yada, yada, yada. I feel that, man, but y'all need to get into and dissect these scriptures. It says that you will also be afflicted as well. So you will serve and be afflicted for an entirety of 400 years. Second portion of that, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. So that shows that an opposite action for that affliction and servitude will occur to said nation. Another key word, family, is nation. Nation. All right, now let's continue. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Another portion in that latter part that people jump over is they come out. Come out is pointing towards an exodus, leaving. All right. Sojourning elsewhere, and then with the great substance is self-explanatory. So let's break this down and prove that this is our history. This is those that descend from the transatlantic slave trade. This is your history, and the reason why this world is in chaos and a pandemic revolves around this prophecy right here. And this should be enough to turn your feelings of sorrow, distress, stress. Those aren't the feelings that we should be sharing right now. And even if you aren't sharing those, even if it's confusion, regardless of what it is, these feelings aren't for us right now. And I'm going to prove that. Part 1. So I'm going to break this down into 3 parts. Part 1 being the 400-year promise. And now this is a promise. This is word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Know of a surety. When someone say know of a surety, if I tell a nigga know of a surety, next time I see him, I beat your ass. Man, what you think? That's a promise. That's my word. So with this, it starts off saying, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Hey, man, that happened. That happened. And the boy here is trying to rewrite history with this 1526 date, but we're going to get to the bottom of that as well. You cannot rewrite history. We have been here 400 years. So that was a promise that was fulfilled. So we're going to get to the second part. Part 2, judgment and recompense. Genesis 15:14 of the KJV. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. That is also a promise. And that is what is going on right now. By the end of this, all eyes will see it clearly. You have the choice to run from this or not. And many of you still will, because it's not meant for you. But those that it's meant for, I pray that I'll reach you. Part 3, Exodus and great substance. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Let's get this thing going. Part 1, the 400-year promise. 400 years of enslavement and affliction was promised. So let's break that down and see if that is true. On my right, I have a picture of the transatlantic slave trade. So your boy King Seth is talking about the lower portion, which goes down to Hispaniola, which does not affect the nation of America. I believe less than 10% of the transatlantic slave trade, I believe 8% were taken to America. So this prophecy is specifically revolving around that 8%. And do you want to know how that makes sense, my boy? Pretty much 100% of us on this panel, in this audience, with a slight few that aren't are in this damn nation, talking, debating, bickering, arguing, and don't even know that this nation is what all this was foretold about. So in 1619, let's break this down. 1619, slavery begins in North America, not 1526. There was no slave trades in 1526. There was no auctions in 1526. And whenever I'm not going to let that sidetrack me for now. I'm going to digress on that. Let's continue. 1700s, increase in slave labor, Fugitive Act. I'm going to show that there was a reoccurring 400 years of enslavement and affliction, not 100% enslavement, not 100% this, that, or the other. A mixture of enslavement and affliction. In 1857, you got the Dred Scott case. If you're not familiar with that, it pretty much said that slaves, that our forefathers, that our ancestors were not considered civilians of the United States of America. We were not intended to be included in what these boys got going on. And no shit, seeing how this Constitution was signed in 1776, whenever we were still slaves, this was not intended for us. So that was the Dred Scott case, which continued to legally keep us as property. 1861 and through 65, the Civil War and Emancipation, where and we know about that. In 1909, NAACP was founded, which is not pro-black in any way, shape, or form. Anybody with a somewhat conscious mind understands that. 1921, Tulsa Race Massacre, and that's just one highlighted race massacre. There were a plethora of race massacres that occurred in North America. This is going on to continue to show the affliction of the children of Yah, who we know to be Yahshua, who this world calls Israel, the nation of Israel. 1941 through 45, World War II, that was pretty pivotal, seeing how it got the modern day nation of Israel up and running. Also, I believe 3 million, 4 million, some number of us enlisted and joined into these wars, and with not good outcomes for us and our family members. 1954, Brown's Board of Education. 1955, the Emmett Till horrible murder. 1963, Birmingham church bombing. Just goes on and on. You know, I just put some key highlight points. We understand this. I'm sorry if I'm being boring, because we understand this, but I'm just trying to nail in 400 years of enslavement and affliction is our history here. And for this boy to try to rewrite that, you're doing the impossible. That's going to be your first infraction. When does 400 years end? So technically, since we came here in 1619, August of 1619, when the first slave ships brought our forefathers here, technically, according to the mighty Gregorian calendar, Janus dictates the beginning of the year. That's sarcasm, which I hope most of y'all understood. So that is what our oppressors are telling us. They're telling us that our year is dictated and ordained by the god Janus, and in the dead of the winter is whenever our year begins. So January 1st, 2020, is that technically when the 400 years are supposed to end? No, not biblically, no, and not historically, no, and not literally, no, because nothing popped off January 1st, 2020. How about August? I believe, what was it, 19th or something like that? How about August of 2019? Was that the date? No, because biblically, no, historically, no, and technically nothing popped off. So if technicality would say that, well, year to date, according to the Gregorian calendar, but man, we ain't playing that game. So let's go literally. The new year begins in the spring. Most pre-Hellenized civilizations follow. Thank you, sis. Most pre-Hellenized civilizations followed the seasonal calendrical cycle. The Gregorian calendar is a typology on the true seasonal calendrical cycle. How do we know that? September equates to 7 in Latin, Oct 8, November 9, Deca 10, naturally making January month 11 and February month 12. They must tell the truth, even in their lies. That's a universal law. They must tell the truth, and they do. We just don't comprehend. We're too naive. March, spring begins the new year. Let me make that clear. March, spring begins the new year. So a literal 400 years is what we're dealing with, which means spring 1620, spring 2020, which means that when we got here in 1619, biblically, our punishment started in the new year, the first year of 2020. That's when our punishment started. And we know that historically, biblically, and damn sure literally now, because spring of 2020 gave us March 2020, and that's when our entire reality changed, whether you want to accept it or not. And it's going to continue to change. Quick recap. Last 400 years, our ancestors were brought to this nation. We fit everything in this recap. And in post-spring 2020, we know what's going down. I'm trying to hurry this up, y'all. I got a lot of information. Did the 400-year affliction occur in ancient Egypt? because I know he's gonna go this route or that other. And even if he doesn't go this route, this is for my people to help them out. Ancient Egypt, first and foremost, what camps, and may I reiterate again, what these camps like to teach our people is that nothing significant is happening to us, and that the 400-year prophecy was fulfilled in ancient Egypt. That's a damn lie. And if you follow one lie, how many more lies you following? If people are not biblically, if they don't have the capacity to understand what is going on in this world revolves around us, and they're teaching otherwise, man, you must find your own way. I'm trying to help somebody in this thing, man. Ancient Egypt was not strange to us. There is a major genealogy discrepancy when it comes to the genealogy of Jacob, Isaac, Joseph on down to Moses. That's time.
All right, time.
All right.
Time. All right. That was the first round, man. Let's just keep it moving. You don't need me to say anything in the middle of this because I'm ready for King Seth to get it in with the second round. So King Seth, whenever you're ready, let Karima go. Let Karima know, and we can get it going. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, let me share my screen one more again, man.
Right.
Say, man, don't get on here no more and start spitting your beliefs. Man, this is your beliefs. You showed not one fact. You showed not nothing backing up nothing you said. You cannot use the Bible to prove the Bible, man. That's your first mistake, rookie. And don't think I'll let you get slick by with that little boy stuff. Now let's do the math. Can y'all see the screen?
Yeah, we can see it. Your time starts now.
This boy come on here preaching to y'all about his belief. You know how many different interpretations somebody else got? How you gonna debate that with me? Man, let's do the math, man. We're gonna use common sense, and we're gonna use the words that's in there, and we're gonna look them up, and we're gonna use reading comprehension, and that's what we're gonna do. Don't come over here preaching your part of the Bible, what you just added to and did all kind of blasphemous BS about the Bible, man. Stop it. Let's do the math. Make it make sense. 1400 to 1619, that's 219 years. 1619 to 1863, that's 282 years. 219 years plus 282 years equals 501 years. Say, bro, it's over 400 years. Just from right there, just from 1400 to 1863. And what you said, did you have the nerve? Did you have the nerve to say Hispaniola don't count? Man, those were slaves, those was Africans. That was enslaved, transatlantic. They came across the Atlantic and was in servitude. How you gonna say it don't start? I'm trying to rewrite history. Man, you must can't, man, that's what I say, man. We're not finna use your reading. Because you don't have no reading comprehension. But everybody do on this panel. Now this whatever round. This round will consist of a summarization of the Exodus and a scholastic view of several scholars featured in a LA Times article. I will show proof of our ability to move and live anywhere in the world we choose. My opponent must show servitude, slavery from the beginning up to 2019 when this prophecy supposedly ended. Oh, that's my little sister, little Kiki right there. Look, so now she's thinking about the Manate Pastile. Now I'm pretty sure everybody know what this Manate Pastile is. Now this is one, let's read it to for people that might not know. And I think Aaron don't. Dated to CE 1219 BCE. The Manate Pastile is the earliest extra biblical record of people group called Israel set up by Pharaoh Meneptah Pa to commemorate his military victories. The stele proclaims Ascalon is carried off and Giza is captured. Yahudym is made into non-existent. Israel is wasted. Its seed is not. Ascalon, Giza, and Yahudym are followed by an Egyptian hieroglyph that designates a town. Israel is followed by a hieroglyph that means people. Yeah, let's keep going. Because he thinking on it. Look, Kiki, you thinking on this? Yeah. Don't hear think on that boy, man. You understand me? Yeah, let's do a little bit more reading, dig. No Exodus, no prophecy. After a century of excavations trying to prove an ancient account true, archaeologists say there is no conclusive evidence that the Israelites were ever in Egypt. They were ever enslaved, ever wandered in Sinai wilderness for 40 years, or ever conquered the land Canaan under Joshua's leadership. To contrary, the prevailing view is that most of Joshua's favorite military campaigns never occurred. Archaeologists have archaeologists have uncovered ash layers and other signs of destructions at the relevant time at only one of the many battlegrounds mentioned in the Bible. Today, the prevailing theory is that Israel probably emerged peacefully out of Canaan, modern day Lebanon, southern Syria, Jordan, and west bank of Israel. Do you hear that? Peacefully, whose people were portrayed in the Bible as wicked idolaters. Under the theory, the Canaanites who took on a new identity as Israelites were perhaps joined or led by a small group of Semites from Egypt, explaining a possible source of the Exodus story, scholars say. As they explain the settlement, expanded their settlement, they may have begun to clash with neighbors, perhaps providing the historical makers for the conflicts recorded in Joshua and Judges. Let's go to the next. It's the Exodus. This is Exodus. No Exodus, no prophecy continued. Now, see, this is what scholars say that's digging in the ground in these places looking for this evidence. This is not me counting some numbers. Oh, this number go back this way and this number go back this way. So this why we in this servitude. No, man, you got to show and prove. You see what I'm saying? From people, you ain't out there digging in the ground to see what happened to read this stuff. Man, stop, man. Let me. Scholars have known these things for a long time, but we've broken the news very gently, said William Diver, a professor of Northeastern archaeology and anthropology in the University of Arizona and one of America's preeminent archaeologists. Diver's view is emblematic of the fundamental shift in archaeology. 3 decades ago, as a Christian seminary student, he wrote a paper defending the Exodus and got an A. But no one would do that today, he says. The old emphasis on trying to prove the Bible often is excavations by amateur archaeologists. About the modern archaeological consensus over the Exodus, it is just beginning to reach the public. In 1999, an Israeli archaeologist, Zehev Herzog of Tel Aviv University, set off a furor in Israel by writing a popular magazine that stories of the patriarchs were missed and that neither the Exodus nor Joshua's conquest ever occurred. Man, come on, man. This is just getting too easy for me, man. This dude shows no sources. He comes up with this he say, she say, I think this and I think that. Man, come on, man, stop it. Let's look at the boots in the ground. Now, you know what I'm saying? My thing is like Jeremiah Judah told you, I don't care what you believe, but we gonna, that's fine, cool, and dandy. You can believe whatever. You see what I'm saying? But when you come dealing with the scholastic part of it, when you come dealing with the debate league, the source of it, nigga, you got to prove it. You can believe it all day. You see what I'm saying? That's fine. But you got to prove it where I'm at. Let's look at the boots on the ground. Mark Lerner, archaeologist, Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago, and Harvard Semitic Museum. Now, like he said that he think the servitude, them Hebrews and the servitude, and it already happened in Egypt. It did, according to the Bible. According to the Bible, it was to substantiate Moses freeing the people from Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So it was written after Moses supposedly existed, but it actually never happened. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just some say this shit is like when you like. I'm gonna break it down. Who built the pyramids? This proves no Hebrew slaves did. Gangs run graffiti. You made reference to inscriptions at Giza that indicate who built the pyramids. What do the inscriptions say? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence we have is graffiti on the ancient stone monuments at places that they didn't mean to be shown, like on foundations when we dig down below the floor level up to the relieving chambers above the king's chambers in the Great Pyramid, and in many monuments of the Old Kingdom templates, other pyramids, where graffiti gives us. Right here, we're gonna start at the top. Well, the graffiti gives us a picture of organization where a gang of workmen was organized in 2 crews, and the crews were subdivided in 5 phyles. And phylis is the Greek word for tribe. Come on, man, let's keep digging up into this, man. These are skilled tradesmen, not slaves. The phylis are subdivided into divisions, and divisions are identified by single hieroglyphs with names that meant things like endurance, perfection,
Minutes
strong.
remaining.
Okay, so how do we know this? You come to a block of stone that's relieving the chambers above the king's chamber. First of all, you see this cartouche of the king, and then some squaws all in red paint after. That's the gang's name. In the old kingdom, in the time of the pyramids of Giza, the gangs were named after kings. So, for example, we have the name compounded with one name, Menacre, and it sounds and it seems to translate the drunks or the drunkards of Menacre. There's one that's well attested in the relieving chambers above the king's chamber in the Great Pyramid, the Friends of Khufu gang. That doesn't sound up here. This doesn't sound like slavery, does it? In fact, it gets more intriguing because certain monuments you find the name of one gang on one side of the monument and another gang we assume competing on the other side of the monument. We find that to some extent in the pyramid temple of Menacre, it is though these gangs are competing. So from this evidence, we deduce that there was a labor force that was assigned to respective crew, gang, filers, and divisions. So man, this is organized. This is organized labor that's going on. You see what I'm saying? This organized labor. So with these, when it say is
You
Moses,
breaking up. You
Moses was
breaking up.
supposed. Okay, that's me.
Yeah, you break it
Okay,
up.
Moses. All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Now. See, now Moses was supposed to write Genesis, but in some what you have you call post-Assamaic passages in Genesis, which means passages that he could not have wrote, he could not have written, and it was things that was some added and some things that was taken out of proportion. And that prophecy is one of them. It was there. It was put in there to substantiate Moses freeing the Israelites from Egypt from servitude because they was there for 430 years. If you don't
Sound bad.
prophecy about Egypt, that'd be crazy as hell. Okay, how many minutes I got?
You got 24 seconds.
All right, I'm a yield. I'm gonna leave this for the next round. I'm gonna leave this for the next round.
All right. That was King Seth, second round. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the chat and get back in. Just let her know when you're ready, fam.
Yeah, I'm ready, fam. All right, we got.
You sharing your screen?
Oh, my bad. I was waiting for you to start my time. 1 second. All right, what? Y'all could just let me know if and when you could see it.
I can see it.
All right. Okay, well, I'm ready.
All right, so your time starts now.
All right, thank you. So again, if y'all can't hear me, if there's any technical difficulties, let me know. I'm trying to keep this professional, man, but my opponent getting off track, man. He's not attacking the point. He's not, this is what he's saying to me is you can't use the Bible to prove the Bible. The topic is the 400-year prophecy. The topic revolves around two scriptures in the Bible. The topic revolves around Torah. And this nigga bringing up pyramids. All right, I digress. Did the 400-year affliction occur in ancient Egypt? Let's check that out. Ancient Egypt. First off, let's check out the discrepancies. Was not strange to us. Our forefathers knew Egypt, i.e. Abram, before he was Abraham, going into Egypt, sojourning into Egypt, being treated well. He had to act like his wife was his sister. We know the story. He's not strange in Egypt, nor were the children of Yah strange to the Egyptians. Mind you, Joseph was in charge there when we entered there, so it was not strange to us. Major genealogy discrepancy. Seeing how 400 years couldn't have possibly happened, seeing how our forefathers did not live in ancient Egypt for nowhere close to 400 years. So, and the genealogy exposes it, the father of Moses and going on. Seth, I hope you're ready to have these answers. We weren't enslaved and afflicted 400 years there, not in any way, shape, or form. Not any way, shape, or form. I believe someone was asking for a debate on if this occurred in Egypt or in modern day America. So I'm trying not to relinquish too much, but it didn't. We didn't live there 400 years. Exodus 12:40, where people try to cut the 400 years, is manipulated. Exodus 12:40 says that the sojourning of the children of Yasharal between Egypt and Canaan was 430 years. And the and Canaan part was taken out thanks to the 1611 panel. They literally took out a phrase of Exodus 12:40. You can check that out. So it's manipulated. I wonder why, to continue this lie, to continue pushing this lie that nothing significant is going on, y'all, when your entire soul knows everything significant is going on right now. 430 does not equal 400 because in Exodus 12:40 it speaks on 430 years occurring, and that does not even equate to 400. And when you break it down, it was 215 in Egypt and 215 in Canaan. That's why they took out the phrase "and Canaan" in Exodus 12:40. Sojourning versus enslaved and afflicted. Okay, it says sojourning in Exodus 12:40, referring to ancient Egypt. It does not say enslaved and afflicted. So that we know they didn't match the prophecy because they were sojourning there, not being enslaved and afflicted. Great substance. We did not leave Egypt with great substance. Our people actually made a damn calf to bow down to with the jewelry that they borrowed and took. And Egypt judged. How was Egypt judged when they had reoccurring kingdoms all the way up to Pharaoh Hophra, or what the Greeks called, I believe they called him Pharaoh Apries. So modern day America was strange and foreign to us and our forefathers. We did not know this damn nation. Damn sure enslaved and afflicted us even up to this day. And mind you, the 400-year prophecy does not say that after 400 years, you won't be afflicted and enslaved, or you won't be afflicted no more. No, it says after 400 years, that nation will finally get recompense. That nation will finally get judged for its actions. That's what we're seeing. And then after the judgment, we will leave. So that's the part we're going to get straightened out too. There's no discrepancies with the 400 years happening in modern day America, even though this boy trying to talk about some 1560 something. I hope that you could find us the slave colonies living here at that time, my boy. And this is opinion versus fact. It's an opinion that ancient Egypt was where we served 400 years. It's a fact that we served 400 years of affliction and enslavement here. And the prophecy is unfolding before our eyes. So that's the fact. He talking about some fact, and he gonna bring up some white archaeologist. Nigga, if you don't, boy. 430 years of sojourning, man. Let me just brush through this. 1,215 years in ancient Canaan. I'm not gonna try to confuse people with this. I should just skip this slide, to be honest, because it just breaks down mathematically the 215 years in ancient Egypt. I give you the genealogy of the forefathers, and whenever I do a debate, a biblical debate, trust me, I will bring out every scripture and precept to back this math. The math is perfect, on point, and there are even theologists that agree with this shit, not knowing that it cuts their entire stance at the same time. So 215 years in ancient Canaan, 215 years in ancient Egypt, according to Exodus 12:40, which was manipulated. Too much discrepancies there, my boy, and too much fact that our ancestors and that we have been in this damn nation that we didn't know for 400 years, being enslaved and afflicted. And now we know that spring begins a new year. Now we know that spring 2020 started all this pandemic, started lockdowns, started mass. The economy of America was afflicted and affected starting March 2020. All praises. Part 2, judgment. Let's get in this thing, man. Let's get in this thing. Part 2, judgment. Since you want some proof, Seth, since you want some proof, I got you. Everybody that does not believe in this prophecy, this is what I hear. But 400 years is over and we still here. What? This is why you got to do your due diligence and read and understand for your own accord. Stop listening to Captain this nigga and this blue Power Ranger and that red Power Ranger. Stop listening to them niggas, bruh, because you disobeying the commands of y'all. Put no man before him. Stop letting these niggas convince you of what his word says. You might as well go back to church with that mindset. Genesis 15:14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Afterwards will we come out with great substance. That means we're going to be here for the judgment, kind of akin to ancient Egypt whenever we saw the plagues occur there and then we left. That's what this is saying. So that's why we're still here, people. And we cannot get to where we need to go to until we were refined with fire and until biblically 2/3 of us purged off. So about that. Reminder, this judgment is not intended for you. All right. Whenever people are over here like, I still got my job, I still got my cars, my life's still good. My boy, what? Were you the nation that oppressed and enslaved us? Or were you a part of that? You were a part of that. So good. I'm glad you still have your profit, your income. That's what's supposed to happen. As a matter of fact, we're going to get great rewards for this. So the judgment's not for you, my boy. It's on the nation. And if you can't see the economic collapse, the numbers don't lie and you will see it. All right, so I just brought out a couple little news articles to show y'all, to correlate 2020, spring 2020, this is fact, the calendrical cycle, the new year, the end of the 400 years, being biblically accurate, ended in March 2020, and the entire world agrees. It's not just me saying this, that this isn't just the prophecy saying this. This is the entire world of every spectrum agrees with this. Let's see. This is just a look, man. I just pulled random posts to just prove to people because, like your boy Seth, he wants to hear from the pale people, from the pink people. I got you, my boy. When did you realize the COVID pandemic changed everything? On my first one right here. I just want y'all to look down here. Many of us had a moment, for most of us, in March 2020 when we realized that COVID-19 had changed our lives forever. Now, correlate the two. March 2020, lives changed forever. That's the main point I want y'all to get. March 2020, spring, new year, end of 400 years, life changed forever. Boston 10 over here to the right, y'all. The day everything changed, a timeline of March 11, 2020. Synonymous, what's synonymous with the day everything changed? March 11, 2020 or March 2020. This is synonymous, y'all. This is fact. March 11th, 2020, the day everything changed. That's the first one to the left. Let's go to the right.
2 minutes remaining.
Thank you, sis. Coronavirus will change the world permanently. Here's how. These niggas know. Why don't you know? These people telling you, your oppressors telling you, when you over here arguing against it, boy. What? This is madness if I've ever seen it. Y'all ain't happy? Y'all ain't ready to get to something that's ours? Y'all don't comprehend this? All right, bet. Visual timeline, the day that changed everything, March 11th. I want y'all to digest this. March, everything changed, okay? Look to the right, an oral history of the day everything changed. March 11th. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this, people? Because I'm about to show you why. On my page, on one of my pages, in January 28, right up here, January 28, 2020, I went live because I was seeing what was going on in this world. I felt moved. I have been huge with this prophecy because it's everything to me. If this prophecy was wrong, then that means everything's wrong. We're not his people. That's not our history book. Everything's a lie. I was waiting on this to happen because that meant everything for us. This isn't a prophecy or this isn't anything. This is just my testimony for y'all. In January 28th of 2020, I said 2 months left until our entire reality changes. How the hell would anybody possibly know that? Seriously, ask yourselves, how would anybody know 2 months beforehand that a world-changing pandemic was coming? Now, I did not know that a world-changing pandemic was coming. I will not even tell that lie. But I did know, according to the prophecy and the calendrical new year cycle, that our entire reality was going to change in 2 months from January, making that February and March. I also pulled up my edit history for the hating Negroes. January 28th, 2020, I said 2 months left until our entire reality changes. And then I did change it to 2 months left until 400 years in. And then I changed it back to 2 months left until our entire reality changes. If that's not proof of how magnificent this is, that the followers of Yah that believe in his word had the foresight to speak on this shit long before the white tabloids told you this shit, you won't believe your brother, but you'll believe them articles. That's why I showed you that. But the only difference is that I predated theirs. But we're going to continue going on with the judgment as soon as my next round continues.
Right. Time is starting to get heated up in here, man. So let's go ahead and take a quick shout out to, some of the people that's been with the den, saying Black Beauty Inc., Think Production, Black Jesus Radio, you see what I'm saying? Team Yah. Who else with us? Ampu Crew. Shout out to the Brew News Light Magazine. Shout out to the Source. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that's affiliated with the Lions Den. We love y'all. And also, one more thing, bro. Hey, I just want everybody to know, let's stay focused on the information, and this Wendy Williams stuff got to stop. All right, let's get back to it. Ready for the third round. Let's get it, King Seth.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, this dude, man, I wrote down, I take notes when I debate. Can y'all see my screen? I'm taking notes, man.
All right, King
wicked
Seth,
shit.
hold up. You
Oh,
starting to speed up already, family.
all right. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Go ahead.
Is it better?
Yes, sir.
All right. This guy said that the soul knows all. Man, man, come on, man. You gotta come better than that, man. Don't come out there today
Uh,
and preach to me.
Choppy.
Stop his time. Stop his time. We'll start
I haven't started
Okay,
yet.
cool. Go out and maybe come back in, King Seth. Yeah, go out and come back in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because I got my screen. Maybe because I'm talking, I got my. I don't know, man.
Screen moving. Yeah, maybe stop the plane. Yeah.
All right, what's up? Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, so your time starts
Can
now.
y'all hear me better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, man. This guy.
Your time starts now.
All right, man. This guy, man. I don't know. All right. I don't know what's wrong with this Ricky, man. He come on here talking about your soul knows all. Man, he got on here and preached to me. Man, don't you ever get on here and preach to me no more? Call me out for a debate.
Hold on.
Man.
You tapping up a little
All
bit.
right, let me stop talking fast. All right. All right, hold on. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. All right, so your time starts.
All right, this right here is the first blacks to get a passport, and for time's sake, I'm not gonna read it because I want to get this round over with because this is a slam dunk. This is a rare find. What happened is today's post was written by Rebecca Sharp, archive specialist at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. Now, see, what this guy fails to understand is that I'm mature in my studies and my research to know that to look at the work and not at the people's skin color. So if you got different people matching and different and the consensus say the same thing, brother, is what it is truth, brother. It's called facts. It's called evidence. You see what I'm saying? It's called boots on the ground. That's why these people study this. I'm not looking at them if they're black or white. I don't want to hear that, man. You tripping. You see what I'm saying? You being biased. And you come on here, you're preaching something. Now these are the first people right here to get a passport in in America. I don't want to read the whole thing, but this lady, she works for the National Archives, and she had got a letter from some black people to see about a passport, which you're gonna see on the next slide. Right here, this the passport. Right here, she had wrote to the Secretary of State William H. Seward to get it, and this was the letter and everything that he signed for the first passport. So what this round is about is showing that, man, we can pick up and leave when we want to leave. We might not could do it as easier back then or because of money, but you can. And I'm finna show some people that have. What we finna do, we finna show facts, we finna show evidence, we finna show history. Frederick Douglass, 1818 to 1895, Ireland and the United Kingdom. Douglass was prominent activist, social reformer, author, ambassador, and national leader of abolitionist movement. After fleeing to Ireland in 1845 in a powerful poetic letter to William Lloyd Garrison, Douglass reflects on freedom and equality he found on the Emerald Isle and the entire absence of everything that looked like prejudice against me on account of the color of my skin, contrast so strongly with my long and bitter experience in the United States that I had the wonder and amazement on the situation. Man, Frederick Douglass left and went to Ireland. And obviously, he came back. So, I mean, he didn't live out there forever. So he picked up and left. Let's go. Let's keep going. James Baldwin was a novelist, playwright, activist, and essayist, most famous for the exploration of the black experience in America in his work. His essay Equal in Paris tells of his time as an expatriate in Paris during the late 50s. So James Baldwin was living in Paris where he sought acceptance, but instead experienced humiliation and determined of some things in universal. He saw a story of the morning this evening in so soon context to that unease. In the film James Baldwin from Another Place made during his time in Turkey. He lived in Turkey. He was explaining that he needed to get away from the US to write and gain perspective. Come on, man, stop. One is one is never really very far out of the United States. Still, it is true. One sees better from a distance. You can make comparisons from another place, from another country. See, that's what I'm saying. This guy has not proven no servitude. Where's the servitude? Where's the affliction? Where's the slavery? You see what I'm saying? If that's the case, we already served 501 years from the 1400 through the European slave trade when it began in the 1400s. Now you talking about I'm trying to rewrite history. I ain't rewriting history, nigga. That's real history. See, that's what I'm saying. You get on here and you trying to preach to my people, a lot of my people, like the song came on while you lying to them children, man. Like that boy Dio said, shout out to that boy. Why you lying to them children? I tell you, nigga, I ain't lying. I'm lying. It's facts. You can look this up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that homie Ant Dog, he done popped up again on him. Oh, snap, the mighty Hebrew living and working in Tanzania, Africa. We are free to live in America at will. If you think you in subjugation, if you think you being afflicted and you in servitude for a curse, why don't you just leave, man? They got Nature Boy, he live in Mexico. Look right here. The boy, shout out Mighty Hebrew, man, for the pictures, man. Mighty Hebrew out there living in Tanzania, man. That boy out there chilling, man. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? Look happy out there. Won't you go out there and live out there, man? If you feel like you cursed up under another nation, where you getting beat at? You eat what you want to eat, do what you want to do. Oh yeah, of course, man. You know what I'm saying? You get discriminated against, but that ain't no slavery. That ain't no servitude. You ain't in servitude to nobody, man. What's wrong with you? You gotta show. You gotta show us that being treated unfairly is not slavery. Black Hebrew Israelites living in Israel. So why you mad? Hebrew Israelites mark 50 years and that go Ant Dog again. Like, man, what's up? Hebrew Israelites mark 50 years in Israel. 50 years on newly released images from the National Library Archives document the group's first days in the Israeli village of Dimona. See, that's what I'm saying. You keep the white man, you trying to get the pale face, the pink people and whatnot. Man, how you trying to listen to the pink, not listen to the pink people, man? Man, you tripping, bro. I ain't saying listen to them like that. What I'm talking about is the information, man. You gotta look at the work and decipher through the work. You know when they lying. See, that's when reading comprehension comes in. So you can decipher from the BS, but you can't. Nigga on here lying to the children. Real talk. Why you lying to the children? I don't know why this man lying to the children. Now, this right here is a study on predictive prophecy that they actually did on the on that same scripture. It's too long for the time to read, but I can summarize it. I can summarize it for you. They broke it down and they saying it's predictive. It's called predictive prophecy, where it shows that they studied the Genesis and then they studied Exodus, and some of the things that they found in Genesis couldn't ever happen. I'm gonna show you. It's gonna keep going. So Moses couldn't have wrote some of the things that's in Genesis. Did Moses write Genesis? And I say, and what I say this to bring the point up is that he's screaming for this prophecy to happen. I'm making 2 points. That the prophecy is not relevant. That's one of them. Is relevant and was relevant and for the day. So I showed it's not for the day. This one I'm saying is not relevant. Period. At all. I didn't killed it with the 1400 to the 1863. Now I'm killing it with no prophecy at all, and I'm switching it back. So it's not even relevant, bro. At all. Did Moses write Genesis? For many, the answer to this question is matter of orthodoxy, and debates quickly become passionate. While in simple, the author is Moses or not. Scholars not necessarily treat it as yes or no question. They also have to consider that Moses may have written part of Genesis. For some orthodoxy, simply suggests that Moses wrote the whole Pentateuch, perhaps with the exception of post-Mosaic passages such as Genesis 11:28 and 14:14, and as Mosaic passages such as Numbers 12:4. On the other extreme are those who say that Moses wrote none of the Pentateuch, but of the Pentateuch was composed much later than the time of the Bible purported that he later than the time of the Bible purported that he lived. Exactly what I'm saying. Hold on. Yeah. From the Bible, the time that he lived. In the following discussion, whatever we say about the Pentateuch pertains to the Bible, pertains to the book of Genesis, though he will also on occasion refer specifically to the book of Genesis. Passages that refer to Moses writing. Okay, let's get to the problems with Moses writing it. Moses is traditionally considered the author of Genesis, but the other two centuries, one of the most contested questions in the biblical scholarship has been who wrote the book of Genesis and when. Genesis is the first book in the Bible and one of the 5 books of the Pentateuch. Several of the books in the Pentateuch include passages that mention Moses recording events and writing down what God says. The author of the New Testament and even Jesus himself appear to credit Moses as the author of Genesis. So why do scholars disagree? There are passages in Genesis that Moses could not have written because they describe, back up here, because they describe events that happened after his death, known as post-Mosaic passages. And there are others that would simply be awkward for Moses to write, which are referred to as Mosaic, such as Numbers 12:4. If these passages were added later, how do we know what Moses wrote? What Moses did or didn't write. So basically, what I'm saying is, if the prophecy was wrote after the so-called Moses, and I'm going back and saying that it wasn't no slavery and wasn't no servitude, then this whole prophecy thing is not relevant at all.
Time. That was the bell, King. So time.
All right.
All right, man. 3 powerful rounds for King Seth. Now we got the champs, his last and final round. And then we're going to get to the interrogation part of the situation. But each brother going to sit in the hot seat for 10 minutes. And they're going to sit in the hot seat for 10 minutes and question each other. One at a time. Though. So, champ, just let everybody know when you're ready, man. And we can continue with the debate.
I'm here. Right now. All right, family. About to get this screen shared again. All right, y'all just let me know when I'm good.
Good, family.
And let me know when my time start, please, sis.
All right, so your time starts now.
Thank you. So, without doing too much back and forth ad homs, because the majority of my boy's presentation is built up with ad homs and some black characters he put into his presentation that he thought was going to wow the crowd. So yeah, not trying to do all that and go there, family, but man, I'm not lying to no children. What I'm doing is giving children the truth and their history that is tangible with reoccurring events that's in your face. Open your window, open your phone, open your TV, turn on anything, nigga. You can't run from this. And whenever vaccinations are mandated, niggas will not ever be able to run from this. And what you gonna do then? That's why this is such a pivotal topic, because this shit literally in our face. They throwing us all kind of distractions right now, even using our own community against us, so that niggas don't understand what's at our door, literally at our door. But it's all good. So speaking on this judgment, tangibility wise, proving something, here's proof for people. Here's proof. Torah, our history, the last puzzle piece that we need, it says that this nation will be judged after 400 years. We've proven 400 years of servitude and affliction, because his main point wrote on the fact we ain't in bondage. Nah, nigga, but we are afflicted on a daily basis. Look at all of the marches, all of the things that they try to make matter. It revolves around black people dying, bro. It revolves around us and our homicide rates. Well, at the hands of the police, family. We ain't even got no heritage. We don't know where the hell we come from. We ain't. And with all due respect to the Almighty Hebrew, they got about this land beforehand. That's not the prophecy, though. The prophecy is that the Father is going to judge this nation, and the Father is going to take us out in mass droves when you get deeper into it. So I applaud them Ox for getting on out of Dodge. But regardless, family, the Father is going to pull us up out of here, and everyone's going to see this judgment, regardless if you're in America or not. So let's talk about the economic judgment that happened to this nation, the tangible judgment. So why is 2020 such a marker? Because there was such an economic collapse after that. So this is proof. that judgment to our nation, which hasn't had their stock markets touched, which hasn't had their entertainment avenues touched. They ain't had Las Vegas touched. They ain't had the damn Dow Jones touched. They ain't had none of this shit touched like has been touched. So they lost trillions. According to the World Bank, the global economy shrank by 4.3%. Man, I'm just about to just fly through these, y'all, because I got a lot, man. Trillions wiped out. In 2020, global economy shrank by 4.3% after the prophecy, or after the first part of the prophecy of the nation being judged. And this ain't no judgment, but this is the hope and the proof that his word don't come back void, and that he remembered us, and that he is judging this nation. So if you want to lie to your kids and say that you from this, that, and the other, and it ain't shit going on, you might as well tell them to get the jab as well. Y'all might as well tell them to go ahead and get the jab. And if you gonna trust these folks that bad, go ahead, trust them all the way on out this thing. Trillions wiped out. Job losses are exponential. Come on now, we already know this. Days under lockdown. All these countries have been under a historic lockdown. Ain't none of these nations ever been locked down like this, ever. This is historic. This is proof. This is tangibility that what the Father said happened. His word don't come back void. He was dropping shoppers. This affects everybody's economy. It's bigger than just shopping. Look at the bigger picture. World economy struggling with rising unemployment. Motherfuckers that have businesses. Do black people, do we contribute to the mass majority of U.S. businesses? No. So this ain't affecting us. Who is it affecting? Use your mind. The global tourism industry is crumbling. Use your mind. Worst year for air travel. Who's getting hit in the pockets? Not us. So this is economic judgment that's historical, that this nation ain't never seen on the timeline. So this is problem, reaction, solution. The main judgment that is going to occur, and I'm not even attempting to lie to people because they've had this in their plans. The word says 2/3 gonna die. All they did was just piggyback off that. The Georgia Guidestones, all of these little secret societies, what's their agenda as well? 2/3 got to go, family. 2/3 got to go. So the problem is COVID-19. The reaction is mass hysteria. The solution is y'all niggas come line the fuck up. And y'all trying to tell me this ain't happening on historic timeline? Come on, man. You can hide in a little shell if you want to, my boy. But for me and my household, we preparing to go and get about this thing as soon as the word's given. So I don't know why homie popped up there, man. That's just that's just a funny little slide afterwards. I ain't saying nothing gonna happen, but drastic, at the furthest end of the spectrum. I'm down to believe anything at this damn point. Let's go.
Wow,
Part 3.
man, don't believe
Exodus.
anything.
Part 3, Exodus and Great Substance. So in 2019, USA Today, for their Black History edition, for some reason, they put Exodus on their shit. And not even that. It says how Black migrations changed our nation, with Black people with bags ready to go. And at the bottom, I know you can't see, but it says 400 years ago, the African arrival. Funny that Seth talks this shit, but everybody, and I'm going to continue proving it, proves that we've been here 400 years, not 600 or whatever he's trying to spend. So this is from our oppressors know what's going on, and our simple ass is done. We more worried about Drake and Kanye. Literally, in a time when our Father is showing us who he is and who we are, we're worried about everything else. So, and with that, let me go to HR 1242 right fast, y'all. This is more concrete proof. This is from congress.gov, an official congressional website. This is HR 42, 400 Years of African American History Commission Act. Why 400? Why didn't they do any History Commission Act at 200, 300, 350, 375, 275? Why is 400? Because they must abide by the universal law, and they are. It's my people that aren't, because my people are tuning in to what these camps are saying. And these camps are detrimental. And I'm not speaking on every camp, but for the majority, these camps are detrimental to what the Father is doing to us, because they are suppressing this information. This is the most important thing besides honoring the Father and abiding by his laws. This is secondary, the most important thing that you and your household can learn in these days. Don't take my word for it. Continue to see every single day this thing unfold. So this right here shows, hey, Seth, for some reason, it says 400 Years of African American History Commission Act. Do you know that the Congressional Historical Chamber, do you know what they're backed by, bro? Do you see anything about any damn 15? No, I don't. 400 Years of African American History Commission Act, synonymous with what's going on. Here's something I found cool, too. There's a bunch of shit that you can find about this, but Bob Marley did a song talking about 400 years. And at the end of his song, he just says something like this. Give me patience. Same philosophy. It's been 400 years. Wait so long. Look how long, 400 long years. People hiding from reality, 400 years. I pray y'all stop hiding from reality. If you see his words in this song, it's talking about an oppression. You know, us going through things, 400 years of us going through it. Bob Marley was killed before we even seen 2020. So how could he know to make a song called 400 years? All right, this is deeper, y'all. This is deeper than y'all even think, man. And the information's here, but it's being suppressed, highly suppressed. So I'm gonna go into this tile real quick. In the Paleo Hebrew, in the ancient Hebrew, it's a numerical system. So there's 22 letters in the alphabet, but they're all numerical. This is the Tav. This is the last number. It's symbolized with an X, y'all. Do y'all see that X? It's an X, and it is the last letter, the 22nd letter of the alphabet, and its numerical value is 400. 400 is the last letter. The end of the Paleo Hebrew alphabet was 400. So I want y'all to understand that, and it means a mark, sign, and a covenant. That's what the.
2 minutes remaining.
Thank you, sis. That's what an X stands for. If you think about a signature, you sign on the what? You sign on the dotted line or you sign on the X. And X is your word, and X is bond. X was the covenant that he gave to us 400 years. And then after that 400 years, it's a promise to give recompense back to this nation. So, I'm sorry, I went too fast. Here's ancienthebrew.com. It gives you a Jacenius lexicon, which I believe is very, very authentic. A very authentic one is the Jacenius Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. This asserts that the Tau is the last, and that is symbolized by 400 and is an X. Why do I bring that up? It's very important because they've been throwing these signs in our faces. The X is very synonymous with our exodus. The X is synonymous with our exodus. Ghana, for some coincidental reason, here's more proof. In 2019, they hosted the Year of Return, in which they were paying for people to come back and live amongst them. Okay. So, and why is their logo symbolized with an X, which means 400? Now, Ghana's not our homeland, and they might have knowledge of what's going on. So they tried to extend a hand of welcome. I appreciate that. But the Father's going to bring us out. But all I'm showing is that it's not coincidental that the Year of Return 2019 is symbolized by the Tau, the X, representing 400, an exodus of leaving this nation. 2017, we had a astronomical solar eclipse that went through the nation. And in 2024, a second one is going through, which marks 7 years of completion. And it's going to make an X across this nation. This is on astronomy.com. I urge y'all to check that out. This means 3 more years before this X goes through this nation. I don't know what this shit means, but anyone can go check this out. It's going to be 2 solar eclipses going through this nation, which make an X, which 7 years apart. Call me crazy, man. And it says, and the last part of the prophecy says that we're going to get great substance. To me, the great substance is getting out of here and getting to our land, but we will get everything in between that was taken from us. And it's starting already. Pre-2020, Black Americans got $0 in reparations. Let me repeat that. Pre-2020, pre-400 year marker, Black people and their descendants got $0. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back.
That was time.
Okay, but all I'm trying to show is that the Catholic Jesuits, they are pledging to give back 100 million.
It's time.
All right, man. Let me stop.
It's time. All right, man. Well, all right. The brothers went through 3 battling rounds, but it ain't over yet. So I hope y'all still with us, because, man, he's got some more information. These brothers get ready to hot seat. It's like a hot seat. What we're going to do, it's going to be a 10-minute time limit. One brother sits there while the other brother asks him questions for 10 minutes, man. And then they vice versa. Then we go to the judges. So who going first?
Me. I want to ask a question first.
All right, here we go. King Seth.
I don't think it's just one question. It's a whole 10-minute of him grilling me, right?
Yes, King
All
Seth.
right, let's get it.
But look, King Seth. You can't interrupt. Once you ask him a question, give him up to a minute to finish his answer. It's not like a rapper, you interrupting the interrogation. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that.
Okay.
So you understand?
Okay.
Right, let's get it. When Karima say the times to start, we can go ahead and get it in.
All right, so the time starts now.
Okay. What time does the 400-year so-called prophecy end?
March of Oh, when did the prophecy end? March of 2020.
So up until then, you're saying that we've been in slavery and affliction until the time you just said.
The prophecy says that we will be enslaved and afflicted in a nation we don't know for 400 years. Yes, I agree with that. And then the second part, okay.
How did you prove that?
I proved it with first off with HR 1242, which signified and concretely asserted that we are descendants of people that have been here for 400 years. So first off, that's a congressional and a historical document, because their documents, of course, naturally have to be historically backed by historians. So that's backed. And then to second that is the realization that our entire lives and reality and the economy that we live in did actually change in March of 2020 and moving forward.
Okay. So when did the European slave trade begin?
The European slave trade, to be exact, I'm not exactly sure when the entire European slave trade began, because it was infused a little bit with the Arabic slave trade. But I think the question that you're fishing for is, when did we get here to this nation? Because
No,
I
didn't ask you that.
The European slave trade began before so-called black people arrived in America in 1619. I do agree with that.
I didn't ask you that.
Oh, well, I answered. I said I'm not sure the exact date of when the European slave trade started.
Okay. So if I give you documented history of Africans being brought here before 1619, that's documented. That's known for a fact. How can you deny and say that your date is correct?
Okay, well, that's kind of a loose question, family.
No, it's not. It's straight and direct.
No, it's not a straight and direct question, because I can't really give you a straight and direct answer. Because
yes, it is. It's like, how can you deny what? It's like, how can you deny what the records say?
I'm not denying what the records say. I just showed you HR 1242. That's a certified record.
No, hold on. What's that is? No, bro. What I'm saying is that we have facts and documents that say that the European slave trade started in the 1400s.
Oh, I do agree with that, but they were being sold.
Me finish, man.
Okay.
Let me finish,
okay, you
bro.
got it.
Let me finish, bro. And that they was on American soil in South Carolina and Georgia in 1526.
Okay.
So in 1526, it was black people in America. So that's before 1619. Is my math wrong? Am I dumb? Is 1526 before 1619?
Your understanding is wrong and is dumb.
Hold on, man. How is it wrong and dumb when you saying your date started at 1619?
Well, I'm going to proceed to answer. The title of this debate is the relevancy of the 400-year prophecy. The 400-year prophecy is Genesis 13 through 14, in which it states you will be enslaved and oppressed 400 years. Enslavement and oppression of my ancestors did not start in 1526, and nothing signifies that. To my understanding, some tobacco farmers brought a few Caribbean slaves up, and they stepped foot on the land, and then they directly left. The prophecy says you will live there, you will be brought there, you will be enslaved and afflicted there. It didn't say that you'll be brought there, touch foot, and leave, because shit, I wish.
Bro, the documents say, man, that Christopher Columbus brought something over here in 1419, brother.
And that's
what are you talking about?
Not...
Hold on, bro. Hold on. What are you talking about, man? See, you're denying facts because you're biased. You see what I'm saying? You're looking for articles and you're looking for things.
Are you gonna ask me a question, family?
Bro, can I ask my question, or are you gonna keep on interrupting me?
You got it.
You see what I'm saying? You fishing for things and you looking for things that support your thing, connecting dots. That's called a conspiracy theory. That's what you got. Don't get me wrong. Black folks, we live in bad, discriminated against, and whoop de whoop. But that has nothing to do with your prophecy. That has nothing to do with nothing. That has everything to do with us and self. So the question is, how can you deny the Africans that was taken from Africa and brought to Hispaniola as the first one? How can you deny it? Well,
I'm not denying that.
Man, come on,
I'm not denying that at all.
Get out, man. I'm done. I don't even want to ask this nigga.
And when you say Africans, my guy, a whole bunch of people were so-called African. The majority, if not, and to my understanding, especially if I'm going to stay on my square to the Bible, all of these continents were populated by so-called African people. Does not make them my family of people that follow Torah. Now I'm not, trust me, I ain't got disdain for my brothers and sisters, nor do I cause this separation of these people is this, that, and the other. Nah, family. But what I am saying to you is that just because there were so-called black people in these nations that came from Africa prior to the transatlantic slave trade or during it does not equate to nothing. You are just trying to assert nothingness, family. You are attempting to claim that all black people are just black, like we're from the same family. Are you on that rhetoric, bro? You can't.
Man, what that got to do with anything?
You're so
Man,
convoluted.
see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Man,
because
what
I
that got to
told
do
you.
with anything?
Because
what
I
that
told
got,
you.
Oh, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. What that got to do with anything that we talking about?
Because in the 1500s, some tobacco farmers brought some Caribbean servants up here, stepped foot on there, and then they left. That has nothing to do with the damn prophecy.
Can you prove it? Can you prove that? What
Yes,
you just said?
yes, I can prove that. Yes, I can prove that extremely easily. I'm going to prove it right now. Let me prove it right now.
And show me some Caribbean slaves. Would you say some tobacco farmers brought some Caribbean slaves? So prove that right now on the spot.
Hold on. What are you talking, bro? What am I trying to prove right now? You're trying to No. Bro, I'm telling you that according to the prophecy that the few I'm done asking the dude some questions. Nah, you're not done, bro. Don't run, my nigga. We see you're exposed, but don't damn bow out already, my nigga. Finish what you started, boy. Come on. Finish what you started.
Man, I ain't got no more questions for you, man. I rest.
So
I rest my
this
case,
time.
bro.
I'll eat that time up.
I rest my case. I rest my case, man.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so how much time we got left, Kareem?
He got 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
All right. So go ahead, Aaron. You go ahead. We're gonna keep it. You know, he yielded his time, so
I got you.
Ask your question for 10.
I got you.
The 3 minutes is gone and dead, though. It's gone and dead.
All right, bet. Hey, man, so just staying hot on the topic, family. I showed you HR 1242 asserting that we have been here for 400 years. The title of that shit was 400 years. Can you debunk it right now? Can you show us that our ancestors were literally being taken here, being bought and sold here, like the prophecy says? The prophecy, mind you, says you will be enslaved and afflicted in this land for 400 years. Can you show us that our forefathers were being bought and sold in this country and enslaved prior to the 1600s?
Yeah.
All right, bro, you got 30 seconds.
I bet. Let me show my screen.
He got 1 minute to answer.
Oh shit! I ain't got shit. It's gonna take me 1 minute to get this damn screen.
It's time to start. I mean, go ahead. We'll let you get the screen up.
Yeah, let me show you.
Hey, bitch. No reason.
Yeah, I am. Hold on.
While he looking that up, I just want to speak on something real quick, man. Just to the House of Conscience. You got it? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Stop.
Oh, here we go, right here.
Sit down, little man.
They arrived.
Not you, King. I'm talking about.
Permission granted Leon and Francisco sailed for Hispaniola, but they gathered people and survived for their settlement. A few months later, likely in early June of 1526, they had 500 colonists, 100 enslaved Africans, plus livestock, plants, and provisions packed under 3 ships. They arrived on August 9th and immediately ran into a big problem. When one of the ships sank, they managed to rescue but lost most of their food. As soon as they got off land, Francisco disappeared into the trees, leaving colonists no way to commute with their new neighbors. The colonists settled further south between South Carolina, PD River, and Georgia, separate island named it San Miguel de Guadalupe, in order to enslave Africans to clear the land and start building homes and and churches. Hold on, let me go to this next slide too. One more. I gotta read the bottom of it. Yeah, right here. At the bottom, let me see high. At the bottom right here. The uprising didn't stop the inflow of enslaved Africans to Spanish Florida. We don't know how many followed, but there was certainly a slave population. Man, stop it, man. There you go. Answer your question right there.
All right, thank you for not answering my question at all. I asked you to show us the slave trade in the Americas in the 1500s, and you damn sure failed to do that. So one thing I will point out is that little weak link you tried to show us. I'm pretty sure that history shows that them slaves revolted, nigga, and killed off a bunch of them motherfuckers and escaped. That has nothing to do with no prophecy. Prophecy says we will be bought and sold to our enemies in a land we don't know. What you tried to do was use one minuscule historic event and one minuscule historic happening to overthrow the
man. So you saying he wasn't enslaved?
Okay, so ask me a question, champ. Come on, ask me a question.
I'm just responding to what he was saying. But all right, here's the second question then. The prophecy, the end part of the prophecy says that we will leave this land, but after this judgment, and that we will get great substance. My question to you, since you want such proof, pre 2020. We ain't get a dime, bro, from these peoples. We ain't got a cent in reparations. Why have we been getting facilitated back hundreds of millions in reparations by this nation in the form of multiple ways, from the Jesuit party, which is facilitating 1,000 million back to the descendants of people they affected, to Evanston, Illinois, and how much they are already giving back to their people in forms of money, free housing, all type of ways. What is your answer to this? Is that a mere coincidence that, like the prophecy said, after 400 years, we begin to finally get payments and recompense? Is that a coincidence?
You ain't got no payment and recompense now. They ain't got you no money.
Oh, so you speak for the bulk of us. So you speak for the descendants of the people that just got 100 million pledged to them from the Jesuits. You speak for them, my guy.
How you know they got 100 million?
I'll show it.
Oh, you know they got 100 million.
Yeah, I know it. I know that the people of Evanston, and I know that the people of Evanston. Yeah, but stop cutting me off, G.
Hold up, y'all, both of y'all. King Seth, it's his turn to ask a question.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Let's get, all right, come on.
Yeah, but this is, and I see your tactics, family, but this is seeds I'm putting out there. Anybody can see this. People are currently right now.
Man, it's called speculation, man.
No,
bro, conspiracy theory, man. You preaching.
All right,
preaching,
let
man.
me share. Hey, man, the only thing that you have is tactics. I'll tell you that.
Trying to connect that ain't there, man.
All you have is tactics because you are good at making me waste time.
Man, I'm good at pulling up sources and facts.
All right,
hold on, family.
Stop
Is my screen sharing?
Yeah, stop the time. All right, come on. Let's get
back. Is my
to
screen sharing?
Not yet. You ask your question, though.
No, I'm showing him. I'm gonna show people. Can y'all see my screen though?
King Seth, can he show you or he will ask you?
I can see your screen.
Okay, so let me just show this real quick. This is it. Man. This is all I'm showing is that yes, here's just one report on the left. Catholic order pledges 100 million to atone for slave labor and sales. And this was a report done last year. They're already in the process of facilitating that damn money. But your ass don't know how to read. Your ass don't care about our immediate future. You don't care about that. And on the second, and on the second one, it's just a slight little article showing that, and this report's from 2 days ago, all the U.S. mayors are sitting down to speak about a reparation package. So is this a mere coincidence, family? Seeing how I done finally showed you?
No, that's not. That's not a fact, bro, because you have Republican mayors that's not even finna go for that, man. Stop it, bro. Man, you tripping, man.
All right, go ahead.
All right, next question. Next question. I want you to tangibly explain something to us, bro, and not just no one-word explanation. I showed you that in January 2020, I was telling my people that follow Torah, our people that care and have an ear to hear, I was telling them that their entire reality and world will change in March. And
I don't know what you was doing, bro. I don't know.
Hold on, family. I showed it. I actually showed it, though.
Shorten the question up a little bit, fam.
All right, so explain to me how we knew 2 months in advance that this 400 years was going to hit. Is that a coincidence? Tangibly explain that to us.
Man,
How
are
did that
you
happen?
man? Are you serious, man?
Yes,
Are
yes.
you
I'm so
seriously asking
serious.
me a dumbass question
No,
like
I'm
that
so
on
serious.
live?
Champ, you got
Somebody, how
another
can I?
answer?
Oh, okay, man. Listen, first of all, bro, I can't explain your dreams, your thoughts, or your think process, bro. I don't know you, man. So how you gonna ask me a question to explain how you think? Man, that's crazy, man. I
No, what
can't,
I
man.
proved.
Stop,
I'm trying
man.
to show you
Man,
what I
you ain't
proved.
proved nothing, bro. I didn't see
Oh, I
nothing. I
proved it.
don't know, bro. Stop,
Okay,
man.
ask
I
another
proved it.
question.
No, you
King
Next
ain't make
Seth
no
question,
answer.
question, man.
family. Next
No, you make
question.
no question.
Seeing how you went into the word and you talking about this happening in ancient Egypt, family. Now we gonna damn sure go there. Can you please pull out the biblical genealogy to show us how 400 years were spent in ancient Egypt? You got the floor.
Nah, cause I got 1 minute to answer, bro, and I'm not finna pull up that, man, and read
Oh,
all that, bro.
so
I'm
you
not
brought
finna
that up
do
in the
it.
presentation with no goddamn proof. See
Man,
you
come
talking
on,
out your
man.
ass,
Stop
and I
it,
just
man.
proved it. Okay.
Man, you ain't
Okay.
proved nothing, man.
Okay.
You ain't proved
Next
nothing
question.
tonight
Next
at all,
question.
man. All you prove you is conspiracy theory.
Not
That's
at
all.
all.
That's
I
it,
showed
man.
the
Okay,
facts. I showed
next
the
question.
cold
You
hard
ain't show no
facts.
facts.
Next question,
Speculation.
brother. Come on, y'all.
All right, that's nice. That's nice. Why in March of 2020 did the US economy take such a fall? Then all of a sudden?
At 20, because the pandemic hit.
Because the pandemic. Do you have your vaccine?
Okay. No.
No. Do you trust these scientists?
No.
No. So what's the outcome of this pandemic, fam?
Shit, probably gonna get worse.
Okay, that's the first thing I agree with that you didn't say this whole time. So what's the
Okay.
outcome for us so-called black people, seeing how we on a black conscious debate panel and we are appealing to our audience? What's the outcome for us, family?
Shit, I don't know, man. All I can do is speculate and guess. Why are you asking me questions
Oh, but
about
I'm the
speculation?
conspiracy theorist.
That's what I'm saying.
Conspiracy
You
theorist.
asking me questions about
Okay.
speculations about my opinion, bro. I'm dealing with facts. I'm from the
He
source.
said he didn't know. So next question, man. Let's
All right, hey family. If he said he didn't know, then 100% that's on him. All right, straight up. So since you can't show us the biblical genealogy, family, of us being in ancient Egypt, so you have no way to debunk what I'm saying. And
Yeah, I did.
no, you don't, because there's two things up. So we're using a biblical topic, 400 years. The main opposing party would come and debunk it, showing that it was fulfilled already. You have not showed any fulfillment of it, so you have no way of debunking that this is happening now. I hope you understand that. Do you have any way to prove biblically that the 400 year is fraud? Do you have any biblical way to prove that, family? That's my question. Seeing how you brought up the Bible and scriptures as well.
It's because it's the Bible, bro. It's a book that's culturally to your people that what y'all talking about, bro. That don't mean it happened. Just because it's in your Bible does not mean it happened, bro. So why are you asking me these types of questions?
Because that's what the debate
You know what I'm saying?
is.
Like these, no, bro. Listen. We deal with sources. We deal with archaeology.
All right.
We deal with tangible evidence. We don't deal with your
tangible
preaching.
evidence.
With your preaching.
All right. Well, my question is gonna deal with tangible evidence, and I don't know how much time I got, but I'm gonna keep firing as long as y'all let me. So, my next question: tangible evidence. I showed you, and yes, I bring this up because this is, like I said, tangible evidence. HR 1242 was signified by the U.S. court, and it says that we've been here 400 years. How was that not evidence to you, family, that we've been here 400 years?
Because we've been here longer than 400 years, man.
Oh, so you're saying that's not evidence?
Bro,
so that's my next question. Is the congressional document that I just showed you, is that pseudo?
I would say, because we've been here longer than 400 years.
Okay, but you can't prove it. You showed us that some African slaves, bro. Do you know how much of a stab in the dark that is? African slaves, bro. That's like the biggest continent. Cause do you know how many peoples of our skin complexion were around back then?
They told you where they came from.
Yeah, ask a question, Tim.
Where'd they come? All right, family. Do you have any evidence to prove where those slaves that you claim were here in the 1500s, where they came from? Who were them people? Seeing how that's your main point of contention. Your main point of contention was to throw away the timeline. So can you at least go deeper into it? Who are these slaves that were here in the 1500s? Who were they?
Bro, if they kidnapped Africans, bro, and transported them across the Atlantic, is that not Atlantic slave trade?
No, family.
That's not. Did you just say that's not?
No, family. There were slaves.
Come on, man.
There were
slaves. Where they from.
There were slaves in Central and South America and all over the world.
Bro,
a long time before our ancestors stepped foot in the United States of America. So I'm asking you, who were those slaves that the Spanish tobacco farmers brought up here, seeing how that is your main piece of evidence to fight this prophecy? Who the hell were them people?
Where you get Spanish tobacco farmers from? Where you made this from up, man? You know, you showed no evidence of a Spanish tobacco farm. You just came out the blue, out the ass with some Spanish, and I'm supposed to agree with that? Who is these Spanish tobacco farmers? Where they come from?
No. You can't ask no question to my question.
Man,
I just want to know who the hell you're trying to put.
I can't answer the question.
Check me out. Now you are trying to debunk the 400-year prophecy. You are trying to debunk the fact that we have been here 400 years. So all I want you to do is explain to us who the hell these slaves were that you claim offsets the prophecy in the 1500s. Give us more evidence. Give us more to bite on.
They was Africans.
What the fuck,
bro? It don't matter, stupid. It don't matter.
All right, family.
They was kidnapped Africans. Do you not understand that? They was kidnapped Africans.
All right, family.
Transported across the Atlantic. Dummy. Damn.
All right, family.
It ain't that hard.
No, it damn sure ain't that hard, especially from a nigga that can't even show me how it's debunked.
Man,
you can't even show me the fulfillment of this in Egypt.
Man. Hold up. Ask another question, fam. You still got time.
All right. When you lose, is you still gonna uphold your word and change your profile picture, my nigga?
Yeah, I changed it.
Cause you did trash, family. You did so trash, bro.
I know.
And I could feel your energy through this thing, bro. I heard how nervous you was first round, but
I
was
real nervous.
I appreciate you stepping in. And JJ, I'm gonna relinquish my time, family. Let's get down to it because it's Shabbat on my end, man. So I damn sure gotta wrap this up. Hey, man, Seth, with all due respect, bro. With all due respect, my nigga, your damn bark don't match your bite, boy. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Save the shenanigans for the after show. All right? It's time to get down to business.
Shut up, rookie.
It's time to get down to business. We finna get to the judges on the panel, man. James Cassell, where he at? Did he fall off? Where James Cassell go? Okay. Well, let's see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
Is James okay? We'll go to another judge today. We're gonna start with the Eric Mad Scientist True Knowledge.
Okay.
Well, with a name like that, you know he pay attention, boy.
James.
Hold on, Karina. James is James still?
Hold on. Let me tell him something because he been in the back for the long.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's get James. Okay, well.
But he can't get in because he have to give it permission. There's a lock on the top of your screen. It says give it permission. You have to give it permission in order to get back in here. He been sitting there the whole time, but give it permission. I'm gonna go to Eric right now.
All right, yeah, let's go to Eric real quick.
Yeah, hello. I'm gonna say I had gave Seth the first round, but I'm gonna get the last two to Aaron because when they were talking about the 400 prophecy, he showed that most history go by 400. Like even where I'm from, Virginia, you know what I'm saying? When I go to the Jamestown historical site, it shows that it starts from where we at is 1619 up. Even though I didn't agree with Aaron on the part of connecting the end part of the prophecy that showing is fulfilled. You know, I didn't really agree with that part, but I mean, it was kind of. I think this kind of was a debate that two Israelites or something like that should have debated, but man, I'm going with Aaron with this one.
All right.
Hey, JJ, can I say one thing real quick?
Hold on, family. Let's get to the judgment, man.
All right.
Come on. All right, we got the Scholastic Bully in the house. Go ahead, Aki.
All right, man. Shout out to the Lions Den and shout out to both participants in the debate. You brothers were duking it out. But, man, what I witnessed here, the best round of the debate was King Seth's first round. King Seth's second round was non sequitur. You know, you my brother, but I gotta keep it funky with you, brother. Moses and the pharaohs and the pyramid of Giza that you was bringing up don't have nothing to do with the 400-year prophecy. And I got to be harder on you than anybody else. So your second round was non sequitur. So I had to give the second round to Aharon because he was on topic. So that was a technical round for him. The third round, you started out okay, and you was heating up because you were talking about if we're in bondage, how we're free to travel and stuff of that nature. And I wanted Aharon to address that in that round, but you ended weak. King Seth ended very weak on that round. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This wasn't your best showing. Before I give my deciding victor on that third round, because I think it comes down to the third round, Aharon didn't really show me that the 400-year prophecy was 2020. I started seeing documents for 2017. The 400-year thing that you brought up from Congress.gov said something about 2017. So I was kind of confused. You wasn't harmonizing it. Then we get to the back and forth with the questioning and the interrogation round. King Seth, you start off good again, and you brought a pertinent point about slaves coming over here prior to 1619 in the Caribbean, African slaves, Ladino slaves being sold. So I thought that needed to be addressed, and it wasn't addressed. I think it was talked around, but Aharon was coming back with points of his own of contention during his interrogation round. So I'm going to call the interrogation a draw from what I witnessed. And it goes down to the third round. And man, I got to be petty on this, man, because it seems as if what was being brought out in the first half of King Seth's round about the slaves being able to move about and be free, slaves being brought over here prior to 1619 wasn't fully addressed. So I have to give King Seth the third round, and I got King Seth winning barely. Like I said, this wasn't your strongest showing, and your first round was your best round. Second round, non sequitur. You barely got out the third round. In the interrogation, you giving up that 3 minutes hurt you, man, especially in a close debate. And like I said, I got King Seth winning.
All right. You said King Seth. Hey, King Seth pulled it out for him, man. It is what it is. That's how it go, you know. So now we got our next judge in the building, Mr. So Anew. Go ahead, brother.
Peace,
Oh,
family.
wait a minute. That's my brother. Okay, yeah. What's up, family? Long time no see. Turn the camera back on, man. That's my brother. Welcome home, man.
I told you, Jeremiah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to King Seth and the other brother, man. It's my first time hearing both of y'all. And I did sit in for the whole event. And the first round, I have to give to King Seth on behalf of him showing a few inklings of slavery in America and in England prior to 1600, before 1600, pre-1600. And so we do have facts that back that up. Johns Hopkins University, which is where, they're still active today, is named after John Hopkins. Him and his father were the English settlements who brought in Africans and slaves during the 1500s, which led to the first shipment available for 1619 to bring in more slaves to mix in with them. And so he did prove his point from the little inklings. If you had any history on John Hopkins, that was the word that would have saved his entire debate. If he would have just said John Hopkins one time, it would have helped out on both ends. All right, so round one I did give to Seth. The other two rounds, and including the question, I was just adding the question as if it was the third round too. The questions at the end was a draw for me too, and the rounds outside of the first one was a draw for me. So it's looking like a draw for me out of the situation. The brother who was teaching the prophecy of 400 years, he had some good points. Shout out to the Lions Den. He had some good points. And it's just his dating wasn't lining up with some of his inspiration that he was giving out. He was giving out more inspiration, and he wasn't necessarily giving out numerology to back up his date on how it is today. So it's a draw right now.
So the hole's a draw. All right. It be like that. Hey, hold up. No, man, turn the camera back off for 1 second. You got to come on back and get in the ring, man. I got some brothers that's looking for you.
I'm ready.
All right, man. Welcome home, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Brother James Cassell, go ahead, brother. You next. It's
All
1-1
right,
in the draw. I just want everybody to know the score is 1-1 in the draw. James Cassell, go ahead, Doc.
all right, man. I'm feeling a lot like what the other brothers were saying, man. Round one, I gave it to King Seth because I think he showed that there were slaves already here in America well before 1619. So that through that 400-year alignment that he was putting out into jeopardy. So I think King Seth hammered that on and killed the 400 years that he was putting out. But in the second round, I feel like King Seth was a little bit. Well, number one, I gotta start off number one. King Seth, your math was wrong, bro. That you put up there.
Nah, man, I did it on the calculator 17 times.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, bro, that math is wrong. You had from 1400 to 18, I think it was like 56 or something like that, and you said that was 501 years. 1400 plus 501 is 1901. All right, so that's impossible.
I put the wrong number and added the wrong number.
Yeah,
He wasn't doing math. He was doing math.
I was doing the math.
There's a difference.
And then I don't think the Exodus or Moses' existence or the Meneptah Stela or none of that was really relevant. So then the brother came in, and I think he showed that your whole point in the second round was kind of like, oh, the 400 years is supposed to be about an Exodus that never happened. But he came in and showed that they wasn't in Egypt for 400 years. I wish he would have expounded more on the 215 in Canaan and 215 in Egypt, but he showed that it wasn't 400 years there, so I think that took away your argument in the second round. So second round I gave to him. Third round, I ain't gonna lie, I was really ready to give this round a draw because I think Seth made a great point when he pointed out, hey, we can get up and leave here anytime. He showed people been in Demona 50 years already, so we can't be still enslaved here if we can get up and leave. But I think again he ended week going back to Moses, and going back to other things about the Bible that's outside the 400-year prophecy. Nothing else in the Bible is on trial except the 400-year prophecy. But the brother in the third round gave 2 points. I think they went against his argument. He was saying the 400 years is up. So if the 400 years up, then America should be falling. Everything should happen because prophecy is supposed to be exact. But he said 2/3 of our people ain't been eliminated yet. So that would mean the 400 years ain't up. And he said that we haven't came out with great substance yet, which also indicates that the 400 years ain't up because, again, prophecy is supposed to be exact and on the money. So if those things ain't transpired, then the 400 years ain't up yet. So I think that, again, through was points against your point that you gave the King Seth. So I think you gave him the third round, and I gave the question and answers a draw because I think it was more going back and forth and hammering in the same old points than anybody bringing a new point up to really give me something to hang on to. So I barely give it to Seth, man, only because I feel like he gave Seth the third round by giving out 2 points that I felt like went against his whole argument.
All right. King Seth is squeaking them out. He's up 2. Now this is the count. 2 votes for King Seth, 1 for the champ, 1 draw. The last vote is up to Mr. Terry and Detroit Red Whitfield.
What's up, family? I need clarification here, and only because this debate kept going so far out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? To where I need a clarity on what these guys were really arguing over. Is the topic of the discussion here? Are we as African Americans, the children of Israel, and fulfilled the prophesied 400-year prophecy? Or is it that we as African Americans feel the 400-year prophecy or anything, something similar to that. That's the topic of discussion. Am I correct?
No, that's not it. What it is
Okay.
we saying is it I'm saying that he's saying that we under the 400-year prophecy. I'm saying that no, we're not under the 400-year prophecy because of this and this and this and this and this. Either it's been fulfilled or either it's not real at all. So that's what I'm saying. So
we as African Americans or we as Israelites. This is what I'm asking because that's pivotal to me.
Well, just for argument's sake and just for the debate, us as Israelites. So so just for the argument's sake of the debate, yeah.
Okay. In the first round, Seth came out. You came out real hard.
Hold on, Terry. You gotta see. Aaron, you didn't ask Aaron the question. I mean, do we agree?
I asked the question. I asked it for anybody to ask it.
It's all good.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Okay. In the first round, okay, I don't agree with neither one of the guys, but when that happens, I have to just judge this thing on debate tactics. Okay, and who is just the better debater. Okay, because like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't agree with neither one of the sides of the arguments. So what I have to do in the case like this is take notes and go by what I observed and see who is basically just who's the better debater. Okay. So when Seth started out real hard, I mean real hard, and he was banging on that number 400. And he was banging on it so hard, I was like, man, this young man gonna have a real hard time coming back with this, okay? He came back with the 1619, and that thing, and he basically addressed the questions of the 400. To me, it was like Seth made it as though he was gonna have a hard time coming up with this number 400. And when what the brother did was marginalize our captivity as African Americans. Okay. And he marginalized that and went right there and bang right there for his 419. Okay. Now that was the issue right there. Seth numbers went back to 1526, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So this was the thing. Okay. Round two. Aaron goes to prove his round one, and his evidence was the House resolution. And whether we like it or not, that is the House resolution is sufficient evidence. It is just as sufficient, if not more, than archaeological evidence, because archaeological evidence is not the highest evidence, because archaeological evidence must submit to history. What I'm stating is that no real archaeologists have no business studying archaeology without a grand master understanding of history. Okay, so archaeology is not the greatest form of evidence there. So, and when round two came about, again, King Seth went to rebuttal. I give round one to Aaron because he created a conundrum and Aaron answered that conundrum. Okay, round two, Seth start to rebuttal Aaron's round one. To me, that's a no-no. Keep this thing progressing. Okay, as he's rebuttaling Aaron's round one, Aaron is constantly substantiating his round one with the House resolution. Okay, that's two. You see what I'm saying? He substantiated his opening argument Both of them brothers substantiated their opening arguments. Okay, bam. Round two, I get around one to Aaron. That's me. Round two, Seth spent too much time trying to rebuttal, and he should have been trying to further substantiate other evidence out here. Okay, and that allowed Aaron to come in and further substantiate his round one with his evidence, because his evidence was the House resolution, as opposed to Seth coming with not archaeological evidence, but articles written about archaeological evidence. This like third, fourth hand information. Evidence. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to give round 1 and 2 unto Aaron, and number 3, them boys both went off the deep end with me and lost me. So I had to give. I give it to Aaron.
All right.
That's just on the strength of just debate tactics. Because I don't agree. I don't agree with.
Well, there you have it. Excuse me, y'all. It's a draw. It's a draw, man. So what we could do, man, hey, y'all go out. I mean, the polls don't count. This is the official debate numbers. It's a draw. But y'all can go out there and vote. Let the people speak about it. And maybe these brothers can get back in the ring, because I enjoyed both of these brothers. I didn't see Kyng Seth progression from me and his argument days to now where he at in his debates. So, Aaron is holding it down over here for the den. So if anybody, want to vote, Karima put the poll out there. Or you know what? I don't even think we need a poll. We just leave it as is, man. Just leave it as it is. It was a draw. Anybody want to speak on the panel or anything before we go? Let both contestants, go ahead and it is what it is. That's how it goes. The judges.
Hey, Aaron, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, man, you're a formidable opponent, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want, much respect, bro. I look forward to getting back in the ring with you one day, man. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take it personal, man. It's just business. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't taking nothing personal, man. Everything worked out how it's supposed to work out. At the end of the day, we got to present this information. I got to present some information. If some people gonna accept it, if some people that ain't. That's the natural course of life. But respect though, family shit, man. It was a good debate for sure. It was a good debate.
Right. Scholastic Bully, you want to say anything? Promote what you got going. Anybody, go ahead before we close out. And I'm gonna get the final word. So I got to address a couple people at the House of Conscience. But it ain't on no Wendy Williams stuff. It's about a couple of debaters that signed up some debates with me and then ran at the last minute after we get the promotion, the flyers going. Khalil Omani and Garfield Running Man Reed. But go ahead. Anybody want to say anything?
Man, let me just talk real quick because I gotta go dip off and shit, man. I gotta go grab my kids, man.
Go ahead, family.
Yeah. What I will say is much respect to Source, to my opposing debater. We ended up on the right foot, dog. I ain't got nothing bad to say. I ain't got no ill will to say towards nobody. I just want to clear up a few things so that people aren't left confused. I did make a blunder and say that the prophecy has been fulfilled. If you go back to my presentation, there was 3 parts of the prophecy. There was the promise of us being here 400 years. There was the judgment that was to come, and then there was us leaving. So what I meant to say was the first part of the prophecy was fulfilled. It's a trifold prophecy. We are not out of it yet. And here's the dope thing about this debate and this topic. Every single day it's going to unfold. The only way that this is proven to be inaccurate, to be honest, the only way this can be proven to be inaccurate is when life goes back to normal. I want people to understand that. When life goes back to normal, then this is eradicated. The whole 400-year ideology is eradicated. Until then, this is happening on the blueprint, on the biblical cycle, on the exact, and there's so much reassuring evidence. When I showed that certain Black populations are getting reparations, that was not me showing the fulfillment of prophecy. If anything, you can take that as the tip of the iceberg. What we are seeing now, though, is that he hears us. So that's my point for my people. Regardless if you believe where we come from, if you believe we come from ancient Kemet, if you believe that we come from Sumer, Babylon, if you believe that we come from anywhere, if you believe any of these, now here's what I'm saying. We're in a time period where our Creator is showing us who we are and who He is. He's literally showing it. Will it take you losing your job? Will it take you losing your possessions? Will it take a forced jab into you to understand that this is a pivotal and historic time period? This is the most pivotal, the most historic time period we've ever been involved in. And our people are being stirred up. Make no mistake about it. The Black conscious community is small. No shit, they know people's names like Polite, like Saw Neater. They're purposely using, now I'm not trying to make accusations, but some of the people in the ranks they work with the Jesuits. They are Masons. They do have an agenda. They do have a rhetoric, and they're stirring us up right now. Who gives a flying F word about who did what to anybody? Do you even know what's about to happen to you? If you don't know what's about to happen to you and your children, it don't matter what the hell they feeding us with these other niggas. It's going to be a lot of drama unfolding, a lot of juiciness, a lot of tea unfolding because the world is changing. Y'all don't give into it. If you have any ear to hear at all, research what I'm saying. Do your due diligence. Read the scriptures. If you want to talk to any brother that has an understanding on this scripture, talk to us. But I will say we're rare out here. The main voice is preaching this was done away with, this happened in Egypt, and that nothing is happening now. So if you're going to listen to that, you need to continue listening to the main voice. You need to listen to the Faucis. You need to listen to all the leading authorities on the pandemic and follow suit. If not, separate from them, separate for this judgment that's not intended for us, and let's go and get up out of here. That is the end goal. We are going to leave. We are going to get back to what's ours. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you, JJ. I appreciate all the family.
Hold on. Let's stay on Seth. King Seth, final words. Go ahead, King Seth.
May I ask you to debate me on that same subject, and we can show the world how this debate can take a whole nother turn?
Okay, Tay, we'll set that up, but right now let King Seth say his final word.
Yeah, I agree to that though, for sure.
Man, much respect, man. Much respect, man. I had fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to the Lions Den, man, for allowing us on the platform, man, to come over here and do the debate. Man, that's what's up. Hopefully y'all come to the source. You know what I'm saying? We can do a debate, man. This is my first draw. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing no tripping. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out 7 candlesticks, 7 game, man. Gold Coast Gorillas, man. You know what I'm saying? I was 777, man. Tanks on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man.
Right. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming back. Hey, y'all coming back home. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it was respectful. See, they want to see us bang. No, we're not gonna do like everybody else, man. We're gonna get this information out there, man. Keep it respectful. So we'll be coming over to the source. You know what I'm saying? Doing debates. We'll be, vice versa, man. That's what it's all about. Using us. We'll be our own peers. We'll be our own judges. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do that. But all right, man. I just want to holler at Garfield and them, man, and just say, House of Conscience, don't y'all ever in your life, you know what I'm saying, call me out for 2 debates in 1 week, and I sign up for it. Everybody's seen the flyers. Khalil Omani, his excuse for cancer is because I called him Elton John. Brother, you made a 2-hour video about me, man. 2-hour video about me and Israel Doctor, calling us dummies, we didn't go to school, all that. I didn't quit the debate. That just gave me more fuel to the fire. Then I call you Elton John. You should be proud to be called Elton John and RuPaul, because you was defending the LGBTQP and all them other letters, But so basically, if you sign up for a debate and you don't show up, you quit, you lose by default. So that's a victory for me right there. Then Garfield Reed. Garfield Reed wants to debate about, he said he brings a white man to his panel, and he said the ancient Olmecs were not Africans, and even not the heads of that. The ancient ones, the ones at the top that was running things. No part African, period. So I'm bringing black scholars. I'm going to bring my whole PowerPoint, black scholars. You see what I'm saying? He didn't want no parts of that, because all he brings is, he brought some little white boy on there. Garfield thing is to try to discredit our black scholars and tear us down. He don't care if you're Israelite. He don't care if you believe that the Olmecs is black. He don't care. His goal is to tear down everything that's black, bro. That's what it is. And to buy his little fake book. Just like old boy said, you can go get something to say. and help you get on the number one's list. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Garfield, we own to you, brother. But anyway, his excuse for running, because I said something about his book. Even though you just invited me 2 days ago on your show, and then they had some brother from the Limber Tribe, and I'm agreeing with the brother from the Limber Tribe. I'm like, all right, I can agree with this brother right here. So I get on there, and Garfield, instead of having a conversation, he wants to turn it to an interrogation. I kept saying, bro, come on, man, let's communicate. I want to see the Jeremiah judo with the stick and all this. And, you know, I kept, bro, come on, man. Finally, hey, it turned into that. So now so then another called me and said, oh boy, I want to debate you too. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm signing up for 2. So then I get the flyer, Karima get the flyer going. He said, I'm not debating you. You full of games, Garfield, man. You put your foot in your mouth when you said that Columbus came here before Africans. And now you got to back that up because I got you recorded saying that, bro. So that's 2. Because if you sign up for a debate, you run, hey, the flyer going, and you make up an excuse, brother, you done talked about Captain Zaire's kids, but you still want to debate him. You talked about Apostle's mama. So don't get all sensitive now when it comes to debate 7,000 when you the one to put your foot in your mouth. But like I say, bro, you ain't been in a debate ring with nobody in what, 2 years? You rusty. That's what it is. But like I said, man, it ain't about me, but I just had to address Garfield, man, because you're wasting our time. You're wasting the people's time. People wanted to see both of those debates. A clown trying to defend the LGBTQ, and gay rap. Khalil Kalanamani. And then Coonfield Reed over here trying to take away everything that's black and give it away to everybody else. We ain't going for that over here, man. With that being said, man, anybody else want to say anything? If not, we're going to close it out, man. Go ahead and get it back on the panel. James, you want to say something, bro?
Yeah, just want to close out and say shalom to everybody, man, and check out the Source Debate League on YouTube. Genesis 49 is on YouTube. Me, the brother Jashub, and the brother Ivri been dropping video after video, synchronizing the history, archaeology, genetics, linguistics with the Genesis Table of Nations, and showing how science is validating that the Genesis Table of Nations is true.
Right. I be seeing y'all. That's what's up, man. Them brothers be bringing it out too. And the Dagger Squad, they can't stand it. They can't stand it over there. Hey, man, science is true knowledge, man. Go ahead and get a final word in.
Yeah, I just thank you again for letting me come up on here. Anybody check out my on my page? I got lives. You know, I do a lot of research. I teach a lot on there about our history, what happened here. So you know, just check it out. Got different pages, and I just made a jump. Health is wealth. So I had a heart condition thing that happened a couple of days ago. I started learning how to eat right. So I'm trying to teach that more too. So again, thank you, and hopefully I can be a judge in the future. You know, we'll keep up.
For sure. We appreciate you. We got a debate coming up with Abdul and Zion Warren. They're gonna get at it again, man, because it's the hot topic in the back chat: the flat Earth and round Earth. It is what it is, y'all. Just some topics just keep coming up. You know, I ain't got no problem with it. All right, man. So that's it. Sister Karima, did you want to say anything? Soul, I think that's all I knew.
No, Israel Dockerin and Angel.
Yeah. Go ahead and promote the date on that, man. I didn't get this.
I didn't even know the date. I know it's
they're coming up too.
They didn't give us a date. And then Aaron and somebody else.
Aaron and Terry's coming up, and you know, hey, I try to keep it going on. You know, but them guys, they running, man. Don't sign up for a debate, then don't show up, man. That just I don't get that. I mean, Kareem would take time to make the flyers. It's official. Sign the call, confirm it. Garfield, you know you're wrong. You know goddamn well that Columbus didn't come here before the Africans. You know goddamn well. Well, you just trying to get all our history away. First, you come at the Israelites. Now you coming at even the what they call it, the conscious community people. You don't care who you attack. You just want everybody to buy that bland ass book. But other than that, man, I ain't gonna spend too much time talking about Garfield. You ran from the debate, and everybody know it. That's a damn shame, man. But with that being said, Soul Anew, get your last word in, all right? We ain't seen you in a long time, man.
Yeah, peace, man. Just yeah, I'm glad to be back on the scene real quick, man. And load them up for me, man. Let's get some discussions going.
Man,
Especially
a new Kakarot looking for you, I think. You know, the Intercontinental Champion over here, he's looking for you. So we might get that discussion up. You know, Tahuti's still looking for you and your partner. You know, we can make that happen. You know, so but go ahead and tell everybody, you know, get the closing words in, man.
yeah, well, we get some new ones, man. You know, I just stepped in the ring with pretty much all of them already, so we can do another one. And but definitely on the history and the science. I'm making sure that we get into the science and this history a little more. And yeah, keep me posted.
What about the brother James? What about the brother James for sale? Maybe I can get something going. He likes science and history, you know.
Yeah. I just got to sit down with him. Man. We'll get it going.
Right. Okay, that's what's up. Gotta keep these matches going, man. Keep this information flowing. You know, that's what we do at the den, man. Scholastic Bullies, did you get your last words in? Everybody get their last word in, right? Don't skip nobody. Everybody good?
Hey, I wanted to say this, man. Dagger Squad, Dagger Frauds, man. That Garfield, you know, I've been on their head for a while. I've been on them. I've been attacking them boys for a while, man. Them dudes too, though, bro. They ain't got no power. They hide behind their channel. You call them out. They never come and face you one-on-one like a man. You go on their channel. It's 8 dudes waiting for you. So them dudes cowards, man. I wouldn't even worry about them, Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying?
That just so I don't get rusty, man. That's all it is. You know, just practice. They punching bags over there, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, I'm glad we did this, man. But we finna keep it going, man. All that Wendy Williams stuff, they go over there with Tanya TKO and all them. We ain't doing that over here, man. That's what it's all about. Because Tanya TKO, none of them reported none of the debates. But when some drama stuff come around, now they reporting stuff that's going on, you know, around the people, you know, that we dealing with. Man, come on, man. So let's keep them types up out of here and keep the information flowing. With that being said, I'm out. Shalom Barakatah. 1.